Bitches ain't shit and they ain't saying nothing. 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 Man.
Looks good. Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. Eloquently petty, articulate ass foolery, uppity Negro swag. My name is Marcus. This is the Keep It 100 channel. Bitches and niggas. Niggas and bitches. You could have been anywhere in the world. But you're here with me. Dr. Thunder did a new intro. It's September, you know. It's the fall, you know, new shit comes around. New fall, new, you know, leaves fall off trees for new leaves to grow. You know what I'm saying? Even got a new shout out list on the intro, so check if your name is there. What's going on? And I don't have a banner up, so I'm gonna have to put one up. I'm slipping. Right. What's poppin', man? This is the Wednesday, man. Let me start off by saying, if you ain't part of the Patreon, you need to jump on. There's the price of the super chat. And if you're here, that means you ain't watching Dr. T. And I shout out to Dr. T. I was messing with him earlier about, you know, he's Cosby. And I'm homeboys and out of space. So if you're watching this show, you know what I'm saying? You're missing the big program over there. But I don't mind. You can catch him on the replay. Shout out to Mike Ferg, man. He said no more tenders like we said. Oh man, come on, man. Don't do that. Shout out to Dr. Thunder, man. Shout out to Dr. Thunder. We need some people that's tender loving with the care, man. Shout out to Mike Ferguson. I appreciate you with the super chat, man. Yeah, y'all can't come in here shooting, man. Shout out to Aaron Peters. I see you, man. Let's see who else is in the building, man. Will, I see you, Cochran. Dre, I see you. What's going on, man? Adric, what's good, man? We got 34 people in the building. You know, Big Dog is on live right now, man. So I appreciate y'all for coming up in here. I don't know if my mic is too loud. Let me turn it down a little bit. Yeah, I appreciate y'all for coming up in here, man, because I know it's a couple of big streamers is on right now, man. I was telling Doc, I was like, hey, man, You know, me competing with you is like friends competing with, you know, that other guy from the other show who, you know his face, but you don't know his name. You know that those actors, you know they face, but you don't know their names. There's a lot of actors out there like that, man. You know what I mean? Shout out to Toya. I see you. I see you, Toya. It's been an interesting week, man. It's always an interesting week because it just bees like that. Shout out to Hood Servative. He was talking about something very interesting tonight, but I'll wait until he has time to jump on here because I'd love to have that conversation with him. Shout out to Big Kev. Thank you for jumping in here, man. Thank you for jumping in here, man. Shout out to Big Kev for the super chat, man. Maul is in the building. Maul is in the building. This one is called Simp Nation. Simp Nation. This ain't shit new. Ain't shit new. We've been living in the Simp Nation for a minute. I ain't about to break new ground here. We know we living in the Simp Nation. But what I want dudes to recognize at this point, you know what I'm saying? It's bigger than just us with this shit. Like it's now it's the West. Shout out to Nick. Shout out to Nick, man. Yeah, man. I was hey, look, check it out, Nick. I was over there with you guys with Hood Servative, man, and he had a very, very interesting topic that at some point I want to cover, man. At one point, man, I want to do a stream with all the conservative black dudes. And speaking of conservatism, we gonna tonight go over the Yvette Carnell video, which I've been wanting to touch on for some time. Right? Shout out to Brandy B. I see you. I've been wanting to deal with this this Yvette Carnell video for some time, right? So before we get into that, right? Yeah, before we get into that, man, there's a couple of things I saw in the news that I found very peculiar and interesting, right? So let's start off with one of these things, man. Hold on one second. Let me share my screen. Let me share my screen. So one of those things is now I'm gonna tell you, I don't watch football. I don't watch football. Brandy, you will find this very interesting. So don't go nowhere. Everybody's on the tenders. No tenders allowed. Everybody's on the tenders. Brandy, if you don't know what a tender is, it's the new word for simp. It's the new word for simp. And we know, a lot of women don't like the word simp. So now we have a new word. We call them tenders, like chicken tenders. Right? Shout out to Nigel. I see you in here, bro. D, what's going on, man? I see you in here, D. So, I don't watch a lot of football. Fuck a lot of football. I don't watch football at all. Right? So when there's certain football players that I've heard of, right? For certain football players that I've heard of. And then there's going to be football players that I ain't never heard their name in my life, right? And we haven't spoken on the Deion Sanders thing, at least not on this channel. Everybody's spoken about Deion but me. And I'm going to get into that also. But the first thing I want to touch on. Woo! Hey, Brandy. Oh, black women is the gift that keeps on giving. We cannot run out of content talking about, the life and times and adventures of the black godly woman, right? The black woman is God, the godly woman, right? So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna share my screen, right? So I'm gonna share my screen. So let's go here. No, not that. No, we're gonna go here, and let's start with this, right? So this guy, his name is Travis. I don't know how to pronounce that. Kelce, right? Kelce, right? So Travis Kelce, right? So Travis Kelce, from what it appears, is now dating Taylor Swift, right? Right, dating Taylor Swift now. Now, this is a new thing, right? Now, Travis was previously with a black chick. He was with a black chick, and her name was, I think, Maya Benberry. Maya Benberry, right? So this is what I'm gonna do. before we start talking about this Taylor Swift thing, let's see Maya Benberry, right? Let's see Maya Benberry, right? So I'm gonna take that down, right? And we're gonna share Maya Benberry, right? So this is Maya Benberry's Instagram page, right? So let me take it off here. So she has 153,000 followers, and her description, the description she has on her page is multifaceted mogul life coach, marketing and brand consulting, right? Which probably means she doesn't do shit, right? That's what that sounds like that means, right? So let's go here. All right, so this is MXM marketing agency curated by Maya Benberry. This page has 14 followers. Now, I haven't been here before we're having this conversation, and I just guessed 14 followers. The MXM marketing agency curated by Maya Benberry has 14 followers. So she's a party promoter, it would seem, right? She's a party promoter. Okay. All right. Good for her. Big shit, right? Big motherfucking shit, you know, because black women own all these businesses. They own all these motherfucking businesses, and they running circles around niggas, and they own all these businesses. I'm a business, I'm a CEO, and I run MXM marketing brand, and you know, I'm in business. I'm a CEO, I'm a boss bitch. Yes, 14 followers, curated Maya Benberry, right? So Maya Benberry, let's take a look at Maya Benberry. Maya Benberry is not a bad looking chick. So let's zoom into her because I don't want to log in and do all this crazy shit. So let's zoom into her. Let's take a good look at Maya Benberry. Maya Benberry's not a bad looking chick. I can't say that Maya Benberry looks bad. Actually, she's bad. She's a bad chick, right? Scroll, you know, you look at the face, you know, she might be adjusted, but that's cool. Whatever. My eyes are seeing an attractive woman. She's in shape. She looks good, etc., etc. This is Maya Benberry. Okay. All right. That's Maya Benberry. Okay. We're done with Maya Benberry for a second, right? So just for us to take a good look at Maya Benberry, we have now seen Maya Benberry, and she's decent look. Nah, she's decent looking, bro. She's decent looking. Well, you said they love titles. Yeah, you know, whatever. But just for the sake of this argument right now, we're going to say she's not a bad looking chick. She's not a bad looking chick. I'm not going to say anything negative about this woman's appearance. I'm not. She's a good looking chick. Now, rumor has it that Mr. Kelce, the football player, left Maya Benberry to date Taylor Swift. Now, Taylor Swift is somebody you have heard of. Now, of all three of these people, Taylor Swift is the name I know, right? Taylor Swift is the name that I've heard of, right? Now, we know what Taylor Swift looks like. Taylor Swift is, you know, okay, let me Google her, you know, just for the purposes of this conversation. Let's pull up Taylor Swift, because Taylor Swift right now is being compared to this black woman, right? So, okay, so this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to share the screen. I'm going to share the screen again. And some of you guys, y'all already know where I'm going with this, because some of you guys are already saying some of the shit that I'm about to say, right? So it's Taylor Swift, right? Taylor Swift, okay, by white woman standards, Taylor Swift, I guess, is a nice looking white woman. I'm, you know, truth is, I know he's exposed me. You don't want these white girls, Marcus. You want Keisha. To be honest, if a white girl is holding like a black woman, I'll rock with a white girl. But you got to be holding. Okay. I'm a black man. I grew up looking at big black booty. So I need you to have a ass or some thighs or something. From white boy standards, I would imagine she's an attractive woman. But for me, she, you know, she got the pancake going on. She's not a bad looking chick for the type that I see high value white dudes go after. But aside from that, the bitch is almost worth $1 billion. She's almost worth $1 billion. Now, facially, she's a pretty chick. She's not bad looking in the face at all. At all. At fucking all. So, you know, dudes want to talk about makeup and this and that. White girls wear makeup too. White girls wear makeup too. I'm sure before she was Taylor Swift that we know she did not look like this picture. So let's play fair, right? So, okay, both of these chicks are attractive women, or they can be made to, they clean up nice, right? They clean up nice. Okay, so we ain't going to take away points for makeup and hair and none of this shit. No, because there's chicks, you put a wig on a fucking moose, it's a moose with a wig on, niggas. But Taylor Swift ain't got it in the back. She just don't got it. She ain't got no booty. Nothing there. It's back into flat ass. It's flat ass boots. I don't even want to say booty. It's just back to, you know, she has buttocks. She doesn't have an ass. She has buttocks. She has a gluteus. Okay, she has a gluteus. It's minimus. It's not maximus. It's minimus. That's what Taylor Swift is. But that's what the white boys are into. I can't tell a white boy what to like. Now, okay, we discussed Miss Benberry's appearance. We done discussed Mrs. Swift's appearance. Now we get to the heart of the matter. With all that said, right? With all that said, right? So let me unshare this. With all this said, so now this white man, football player, left this bootylicious black woman for this white woman. And black women are upset. Let me Umar Johnson repeat this shit. I said black women are upset that a white man left a black woman to be with a white woman. Marcus, did you say the shit that I just heard you say? Yeah, black women are upset that a white man left a black woman to date a white woman. What the fuck? Hold on. Wait a minute. Slow down. Hold up. Wait a minute. Give me a second. Slow down. Slow down. Hold up. Wait a minute. I'm confused. Because we know the rules with niggas is your mama black. Nigga, you hate your mama. Nigga, you want to date somebody that don't look like your mama. You hate your mama. Big Pontiac, what's good? Welcome up in here, man. Greetings to you. You hate your mama. Your mama black. Well, bitch, his mama white. Ain't his mama white? He violating his mama fucking with you. Oh, he hate his mama if he fuck with you. It's just there's so many layers to this. Shout out to the Green Gorilla. Shout out to my nigga GG. We just did a short bus Sunday. We touched on this. Black women are now, y'all ain't never gonna own the white man. It's not gonna happen. Shout out to Shane. What's good, Shane? There's so much here that's I find interesting. First of all, this white man, right? This white man, he leveled up, right? Ain't that what y'all women talk about, leveling up? Excuse me. He dropped a chick running a marketing agency with 14 followers on Instagram to get with a multi-millionaire. She bitch got more money than him. He's an athlete. He's an athlete. And this is Rihanna fucking with ASAP Rocky. And we know you hated that. Y'all was mad at that. Niggas was mad at Rihanna. Well, bitches was mad at Rihanna too. It's mad at Rihanna. Why you fucking with this broke ass nigga? You need to find you a billionaire. Yeah, there's a million of them in the world. There's all the billionaires she had to choose from. You know, Rihanna could have played the Eve role, got with Prince, Nazir of some country. What I'm saying is, this dude, he played the Federline role. He decided to date up. He decided to date up. Ain't that what the fuck y'all do? Oh, he ain't had a bag. I had to get me the bag, right? So this white man, he decided there was more to life than just, shout out to William Cochran for that Cash App. Oh, y'all killing me, man. Everybody hit me up, man. Oh, man, let me see. Okay. Shout out to Toya. Toya has corrected me. Thank you, Toya. So Toya says Maya Benberry isn't the girlfriend he just recently broke up with. Her name is Kayla Nicole. He dated Maya in 2016 from a reality show. Black women mad about Kayla, not Maya. So let's take a look at Kayla. Kayla Nicole. Let's see. Kayla Nicole. All right. Because Maya Benberry is talking shit about, this dude. Okay, so Kayla Nicole, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's see what Kayla Nicole. Damn, the other chick was better looking. Okay. All right. So let me share this screen. This is Kayla Nicole, right? We're gonna go to Kayla Nicole. Share screen. Here we go. Here's Kayla Nicole. So this is Kayla Nicole, right? This is the woman he left. Thank you, Toya. I appreciate you. See, black woman supporting the black manosphere. See that? Y'all saw that, right? I just want to call that out. Because the black woman gave me this information. The black woman is God. So anyway. So this is the woman he left, right? This is the woman he left, right? So Kayla Nicole, right? So let's go to her. Oh, here's her Instagram. So he broke up with her. This again, she's not a bad looking chick neither. She's not a bad looking chick. And I know everybody in here, well, she got to be born out the pussy looking like that. None of these chicks, all of these chicks wear makeup, all of them get their hair done. I'm not taking no points away from none of that. We can't just be like, well, black bitches got to be natural and white girls get, maybe it's Maybelline. Nah, get the fuck out of here. I ain't with that. Let's be fair. My point is, he left a black woman to be with a white woman. Dude's white. He's white. Based on black women's arguments against us, that nigga supposed to do that. He supposed to do that. The fuck? And women are saying, well, he downgraded because, this black woman, she got a fat ass and Taylor Swift ain't got no ass. This is women saying this. So that's where we at now. Y'all are saying we supposed to choose the better looking chick? What happened to body positivity and all this other shit? So we supposed to choose the woman because vetting and, nigga need to choose better women. So you want us to choose based on, this is women talk, women want us to choose based on who got the bigger booty? Is that the game we playing at the current moment in time? Now, if I had to choose on looks, all other things being equal, I'll choose the black chick if it's about looks. Sorry, y'all niggas gonna have to be mad at me if it's about looks, but everything ain't equal. Taylor Swift to this motherfucker may as well be Oprah. May as well be Oprah. He went for the bag. He went for the bag, nigga. He went for the bag. Like y'all chicks be like, get the bag, sis. Yes, get the bag. Yes, get the bag, sis. Right? Get the bag, sis. Now I just said Shaniqua and them mad as hell. Shaniqua and them. She got pancake booty. She ain't even got no ass. She ain't even got no ass. Look, Swift is not bad. If that's your type, look, I ain't mad at it. My niggas know. My niggas know. My niggas know. Yams, nigga. Yams, right? Now, if it's about the bag, now I've said it before. Hypergamy, niggas. Hypergamy. You know, if you fuck with Taylor Swift, your money is safe. There's no prenup or no arrangement in the world where this nigga's gonna have to split half his shit with Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift is gonna have to break bread. Taylor Swift gonna have to break bread if this shit don't work out. Nigga, my money safe, nigga. But I'm just curious. How does this work? His mama white. He following your rules, black woman. What you mad at? Well, you thought you was gonna beat Becky. You thought you was gonna beat Becky. You was gonna beat Barbie for Ken. And what this shows is black women are in competition with white women. Feel how you want to feel about it. Feel how you want to feel about it. That's what all this high value man shit is about. You know, the 6 figures and this and that, because niggas is too broke. And the reason why everybody, your Umars and your this ones is talking about, you know, black women's chances of getting married is this and this and this and this. It's not because we, you know, we don't want you. This bullshit. Black men choose black women 80% of the fucking time, 90% of the fucking time. It's because you pricing niggas out, you price yourself out the game, then you price niggas out the game. And the niggas who are your target don't want you. They don't want you back. They don't want you. And brothers, anybody who walked in here late, I didn't say Taylor was bad looking. Neither one of these are bad looking women. It's about taste. Shout out to Bernard Riley because he covered this. This is about taste. This is about preferences. That's all it's about. Some niggas like red, some niggas like blue. Period. It could be the same shit. Some niggas like different color of the same shit. Niggas like ice cream. Some people like chocolate, some people like vanilla, but you like ice cream. My point is, how the fuck? This is hypocrisy. This is blatant hypocrisy on the behalf of black women. Blatant hypocrisy. How dare you complain that a white man chose a white woman? You fake race loyal bitches. How the fuck you complain a white man is race loyal? You want to be the choice. You want to be the choice among everybody. You want the nigga can't not choose you. If a white man chose one black woman, he can't go back. He got to stay with black women. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Shaka was good. He said, nah, that white girl whack, G. Hey, look, Shock. We like the same type of see. Shaka, my man, but we can't go to the club together because we be chasing the same women. You can't be a homie with somebody like they got the same taste as you You got to find a homie that you like the thick chick, he like the skinny chick. Y'all never fight over the same woman. This is what I've learned in life. This is what I learned in life. But this is a preference thing, man. It's a preference thing. You know, for those who like the slim petite type, that's she's the type. She's the type. And for those who like the thick, voluptuous, you know what I'm saying? And for those that are versatile, they could jump back and forth. But my point is, how the fuck do black women complain about this? Like, this is a movement. This shit is, niggas ain't making this shit up. We are not making this up. These, oh my God, how they downgrade. It's a white boy. To him, is an upgrade. It's an upgrade for him. Financially, status-wise. And then they call him a clout chaser. They call him a clout chaser. Yo, how the fuck dare women in the Western world on the internet call anybody a clout chaser? How? Y'all are the Wile E. Coyote of clout chasing. Are you serious? If clout was the road runner, you'd be Acme's best customer. Y'all chase clout like Chevy chase clout. Bars. You gonna call somebody a clout chaser? The chicks who take pictures everywhere they fucking go on Instagram, the bitches that take pictures of their food every time they go to a nice restaurant. You calling somebody a clout chaser? If you stand next to anybody important, you taking pictures with them, you taking pictures, nigga. How dare these bitches call somebody a clout chaser? This man is an athlete. He has some clout. He had enough clout. He pulled him a bad black chick. 2, actually. Thank you, Toya. He pulled 2 black chicks, but he had enough clout to pull Taylor Swift. He ain't chasing clout. Clout appears to be chasing him. He said these are the same women that complain about black athletes dating non-black women. Yeah. Ain't this a bitch? I swear to, yo, my niggas, I swear to God, every week, man. The gift that keeps on motherfucking giving. Every week there's a new story. Every week. How you complain that a man went back to his essence? He is the Umar Johnson of white boys. You know, they like, oh, he just wanted a taste. He had a fetish and this and that. Oh, really? Oh, really? I thought y'all was divesting. I thought y'all was divesting. I thought that was divestment happening. You know what I'm saying? So now, look, let me not leave this out. So now this is even more interesting because, you know, Toya has informed me that Miss Benberry ain't his most recent ex. She the ex that before the ex. But now Miss Benberry, you know, the boss bitch that runs the big, you know, marketing firm, right? With 14 followers, you know, Maya Benberry is warning Taylor Swift to stay away from unfaithful NFL star, urging her to be smart and realize he's just using her. Once a cheater, always a cheater. So Benberry, 31, dated the Kansas City Chiefs tight end in 2016. Following a split, she's accused the NFL star of infidelity. Ben Berry furiously claps back at NFL star for denying he cheated on her. So, somebody mad, right? So Travis Kelce's ex-girlfriend, Maya Benberry, the ex before the ex, has issued a stark warning to Taylor Swift to stay vigilant amid her budding new romance. Girl, he cheated on me, girl. You better watch him, girl. Oh, man. Apparently, she has not found her another Travis. Because if she has, she won't have time. So Ben Berry, 31, dated the Kansas City Chiefs tight end for several months after winning his dating reality series Catching Kelce in 2016. You met this nigga on a reality show? Oh, you disqualified. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. However, they sued split, and the reality star went on to accuse the Super Bowl champ of cheating on her when he embarked on his next relationship with sports broadcaster Kayla Nicole. Okay, so he cheated on you with the Kayla Nicole, and now he dumping Kayla Nicole for the Taylor Swift. This nigga winning. This nigga is winning. This nigga's winning. Ain't that what y'all do? Level up. That's what it sounds like he doing to me. He leveling up. He met a chick on a reality show, because she won't be on TV. What's that, y'all? What's that? Guess what that is? That's clout chasing. That's clout chasing. He went from dating a reality show chick to I don't know what Kayla Nicole does. I don't know, man. I know the reality show chick, she got the big marketing firm, right? That shit on the Forbes list, right? She a boss bitch, right? And he went from that up to Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift. $700 million net worth from last I heard. Worth $700 million. Said Kayla Nicole went in on Cam Newton because she was upset about him saying he likes submissive women and his current girlfriend is submissive to him. Oh, well, there's the problem right there. I'm just saying. Ain't that what the girls do? They level up. He leveled up. He was on a reality show. Imagine Flavor Flav dating Delicious. In white boy land, that's what he did. He dated Delicious. He dated the chick that won the reality show. You don't keep the chick that wins the reality show. That's TV. You ain't going on Love Connection and getting married to the chick you met on Love Connection. Or Flavor Flav starts a life with one of the Flavor of Love bitches. It's reality TV. This is Wives of Hollywood or some stupid shit. He cheated on me. No, shorty, you was TV. You was television. I picked the best chick that's on the show. I fuck with her for a little while, and now I get me a real situation. It's a level up. Y'all bitches know this language because it's y'all language. It's a level up. And chicks like, don't let a nigga have a bigger bag than you. Well, Lisa got a big old butt. I know I told you I'd be true, but Lisa got a big old butt. So I'm leaving you. See ya. Right? Ain't that how it works? Isn't this the language of women? So you wouldn't leave, I don't know, Red Cafe the rapper for Chris Brown. You ain't doing that, right? Shaka know the song. You telling me if you dating, I don't know, some nigga on the come up, like if you dating Gravy from Notorious, you ain't gonna leave him for, I don't know, like Damson Idris from Snowfall, or one of these niggas, or Jonathan Majors. Oh nah, no, I'm faithful. I would never. Red Cafe from around the way. Red Cafe from my neighborhood, from 19th, man. Shout out to Red Cafe. But chicks is not staying with Red Cafe over like Jonathan Majors. Jonathan Majors like, hey, what's good? And Red Cafe gonna be like, watch out for that bitch, John. She cheating. Like Red Cafe, you was the bitch best option at the time. She ain't never dated a rapper before, so she dated you. Now Jonathan Majors is hollering. So she levels up. She ain't never dated a Hollywood nigga. She dated the rapper. You was the rapper, and now the Hollywood nigga's on her. Right. I just wanted to touch on this topic for a second. Because, because black women are usually like, your mama this, your mama that. And for the, hate listeners out there, this ain't me complaining. This is information. This is what's going on now. Marcus, you complaining about women. Really? That's what this is? Anyway. I just found this shit interesting. I found it interesting that black women are complaining that the white man is with the white woman. Should be happy. You got to send him back to the suburbs, man. That's from whence he came. And you mad that he went back to the suburbs? Y'all want us to come back to the hood. So yeah, Travis Kelce says he won't address Taylor Swift romance rumors, but sure as hell enjoyed this weekend. Oh, that mean he beat. Shout out to Travis Kelce. That nigga smashed. That's a wonderful thing, man. Gotta love it, right? So this stream is called Simp Nation. And what I wanted to touch on is how, this culture is trying to make simping the norm. And he's like, when you say simp, I was in a debate back and forth over the definition of the word simp, right? And I just want to put this out there if anybody's confused. And I know the motherfuckers that need to hear it don't come here. They don't come here, right? Everybody got an opinion on your content that they don't fuck with. I don't understand how this circle of bullshit works. But simping, y'all call niggas simps for treating a woman right. Y'all call niggas simps for respecting a women. No, that's not what simping is. That's not what simping is. Simping is in any way degrading yourself or sacrificing your own, self-respect, integrity, long list of shit to hold this woman on a pedestal. See, women know what a simp is because they got a term called a pick-me. Right? They know what a simp is. They know what a simp is. They know what we mean when we say, but they overuse pick-me. If you agree with a nigga, pick me. You can have a man already and you still a pick-me. They call them women pick-me's. They got husbands, children, houses, and all this. They done been picked, but these women are still saying what they're saying. And you a pick-me. Bitch, I've been picked already. The sad thing about pick-me's versus simps is y'all don't pick simps. If simps are male pick-me's, y'all don't pick them niggas. The men want women who are on their program. Women do not want simps who talk this suck up, titty sucking shit. Black women is God, you great. Oh my God. You guys are coming at black women. You need to leave them alone. And the black woman be like, yeah, thank you. That'll be all. You are dismissed. Can I get some pussy now? No. No. Not really. Not interested. It's unnecessary. They try to make simping the norm. They try to make it the norm where, even in your relationship, girls is like, it's impossible to simp in a relationship or in a marriage. No, it ain't. We see this shit every day. We see this shit every day. And the simp niggas right now, in their simpiness, are trying to clown niggas because they're not being simps like them. Last week, I don't want to spend too much time on this, but last week I had a motherfucker come at me. Some of y'all know who he is because some of y'all follow him. Because, I already did a video about this because I was at an event with a chick. I went to the porn awards where there were porn bitches. Oh my God, there's porn bitches at the porn awards? Yes. Would you believe it? Would you believe that if you go to the porn awards, that there are women there that fuck on camera for money? Really, Marcus? Yes, there are. Do you know these women, Marcus? Yes, I do. Are you around these women, Marcus? Do you kick it with these women, Marcus? Yes, I do. What am I, a priest? Shout out to Sister Joy. She was like, I don't know, Marcus wasn't looking good. Nigga, I was looking good, nigga. Fuck you talking about. Shout out to Sister George. That's the homie. He was like, I wasn't looking good. And your man, Mr. King of Spades or whatever, King of Hearts, I don't know. It's not looking good, Marcus. No, it looks great. It looks great. Because we the niggas, you say we complain about the women we can't have. Now you're saying, oh, we're with the women we complain about. Which one is it? Either we not getting these bitches and we're complaining, or we shouldn't be with these bitches because we complaining. Which one is it? But this is the logic of the simp nigga who really doesn't have an argument. He just wants a motherfucker to shut up. And so these guys that promote these soft positions, these soft stances, right? It's not too long ago, I did this on my Patreon. I'm gonna go through a little bit of this shit on here, right? Because there was this promotion of marriage. You just find yourself a nice, cheerful wife, and then you'd be happy, right? Because that's what we're doing. We're misleading men into from being happy in a marriage, and we got these niggas so in a trance. Marcus, if you would just stop talking to these guys and telling them that it's bad for them to get married, then they can go be happy. You're talking to them so you can take their $5 super chats and go buy property. Let me tell you something. And the funny thing is, shout out to Staggerstarve for the Cash App, right? The funny thing is, I've said it before, the grift is simping. Simping is the grift because the money is in simping. There are more simps and more of these women than there are of us. We get shot at. The women, the men and the women who are telling the women that, oh, you're great, you're queens, and this and that, and yada yada yada. That's where the grift is. If y'all niggas think the money is over here, y'all niggas hustling backwards. If you think the money is on advocating for men in America, then you are hustling backwards. If you think the money is here, you are in the wrong fucking place. Ask Ace Metaphor. Ask Derek Jackson. We only had one guy that parallels them, and he gone. He gone. But your Derek Jacksons, your Ace Metaphors, these motherfuckers go on tour and fill up whole rooms with women and tell them what they want to hear. Y'all niggas is incapable of, whatever these motherfuckers be saying, capable of keeping these women happy. And that's the grift. I'm wondering how much they charging these women to get in this room to hear them talk this shit. Yeah, shout out to A Nell. Yeah, Steve Harvey too, right? Steve Harvey, the dude's writing books. Think like a man. And I did the short. You want to think like a man, shorty? Fuck a nigga on the first date. That's what niggas think. That's what niggas want to do. If you thinking like a man, fuck a nigga tonight. Don't make a nigga wait. Making a nigga wait, that's thinking like a woman. Niggas don't withhold dick for 30 days, 60 days, 90 days. That ain't thinking like a man. You thinking like a woman. Fuck the nigga now. Get it over with and then see what happened. That's thinking like a dude. Shout out to Chaos Rain. I see you, bro. Thinking like a man is fuck that nigga tonight. Niggas ain't stingy with dick. Oh, so niggas is easy. Yes. With dick. Now that ring, however, that ring is a different conversation. Y'all hold the keys to sex. We hold the keys to marriage. It's just how the game goes. I know you want all the keys, but you can't have them. You can't have them. So we're going to watch a little bit of this video. I don't know how many of you watched it. We're going to do a couple of videos tonight for those who have time. I know it's a weekday. I ain't going to keep y'all forever, right? But I did a video about this on my Patreon. Patreon is the price of a super chat, nigga. Patreon, keep it 100. It's the price of a super chat. So if you super chat me, you can be a member. But anyway, I'm about to go into this real quick. I want to touch on this because, we the simps, right? We the simps and we the incels. We ain't getting no pussy. You see us with a bitch. What you doing with that bitch, Marcus? That's not the bitch you supposed to be with. There's rules. That ain't the bitch you supposed to be with, Marcus. Says the nigga that's promoting marriage. You misleading. Okay, so this is what we gonna do. This ain't, shout out to the lead attorney, but this ain't the lead attorney video. This is a divorce lawyer talking about divorce, right? So his name is James Sexton, right? So we gonna check out this video for a little bit, right? And I'm gonna do some commentary on this shit, right? Let me get rid of this here. Drop this down. So yeah, James Sexton, soft white underbelly, a divorce, and I think a divorce attorney would, know a little bit more about, the topic than most motherfuckers, right? A divorce attorney's thoughts on marriage, on love and marriage. So let's go right in. Get
30s maybe.
Yeah.
Your libido is a strong. No, it makes you insane.
Yeah. I was not. I definitely was.
As we age, we mellow.
Yeah, which I think is great. Although I have to tell you, one of the most depressing divorces I ever did was a guy who was, I think, 92.
Oh, geez.
And what made it depressing is that he had left his wife of, I don't know, 50-something, 60-something years for a younger woman, a woman in her 50s. And I just remember what was sad about it to me was this guy is still being led around by his dick. Like I thought, oh my God, like I'm going to be chained to an idiot forever. Like I'm going to forever be led around by my dick. And I remember thinking like, no, I really thought that at like 90 something, I would just like a beautiful woman would walk by and I go, oh, there's a human being. Like there would be no.
You can appreciate it without.
Yeah, there would.
So this divorce lawyer has just said they had a 92-year-old client, motherfucker, 92. And he left his woman for a younger woman. And she's what, 50-something? She's 50-something, right? So, shout out to everybody here who has watched this video already. I see D. Scott has seen this video already. Shout out to you. But let's go. You know, this is the old man leaving. Now we all know women break up a lot more of these marriages than we do, right? And don't think that Mr. Papoose is getting the gloss over tonight, because his name will be mentioned a little later. Let's go.
Just be no sense of like, yeah, you know, that would be gone from me. And this guy's proof that 90 something years old and you're still thinking with your dick. Like
We're doomed.
that terrified me. It really did. It actually upset me, because I thought at some point I'd get to experience what it's like to just be free.
You live in New York, where there's a financial industry. There's all kinds of industries here.
Oh yeah.
But to me, sometimes I wonder if female attractiveness isn't the highest valued commodity in our
100% it is. 100%.
It is.
Yeah, of course.
Because men are becoming rich and powerful in order to get a woman.
Of course.
The woman they want.
Of course. What an attractive woman. And when I say attractive, I don't just mean attractive. I mean even just sexually confident. I mean, what an unbelievably lucrative career that is. Like, I do divorces for people that, you know, a woman walks out with $200-300 million. He was an analyst at Goldman Sachs who built a hedge fund and then sold it, and then used his trading algorithm to build it up to $500 million. She was hot.
She was pretty. She was a pretty chick. And now you're a millionaire because you were pretty. And by the way, let me not forget, fair use, nigga, fair use. Fair use, motherfucker, fair use. This is what I'm talking about. Work late. We know that most men, they come into their money later in life. You work all your life, you bust your ass. Skills and resources, right? Skills and motherfucking resources. You build all these skills, you build all these resources. What niggas want us to shut the fuck up about is the fact that, well, this might happen to you. Well, you should have chose better. You should have chose better. That's what they'll tell you. You should have chose better. Ain't no such thing as choosing better. Ain't no such thing as choosing better. As soon as that money is a factor, the game changes. I'm going to play. I ain't had this pulled up, but I'm going to play this little clip. And shout out to Hood Servative, because he put me onto this. This is Tyrese. I'm going to play this into the microphone. Listen to this.
This was a woman that was very simple, who I met in a $12 sundress, and prided herself on being simple. And I don't care about money, stars, celebrities. I don't need to live and be around. I'm a simple girl. Now you want $20,000 a month for a 1-year-old? Now you've hired 3 law firms? My prenuptial agreement was so detailed and so extensive. My lawyer whispered, she had her own lawyer to negotiate on her behalf. My lawyer, Tanya Mitchell Graham, said to me, I can't believe you got her to sign this. And I said, well, the reason I got her to sign it is because she said to me specifically, this ain't mine. That's your publish, it's your cars, it's your house. And if we ever separated, because I didn't get in this for any of that, I will sign every piece of paperwork that reflects that I don't want none of that. To then want nothing more than to show nigga that that's all she wants.
I'll sign anything you want me to sign, Tyrese. I sign anything. I don't want your money, Tyrese. I'll sign anything you want me to sign. Now, this same chick wants $20,000 a month in child support because the baby needs $20,000 a month. That's what the baby need. The baby said, I need $20,000 a month. I need Cambodian breast milk. Fresh. I need fresh Cambodian. Motherfucker. $20K a month. $20,000 a month. So that $20,000 a month times 12 is $240,000 a year. So she want to be a 6-figure bitch because she had a kid for Tyrese. And all these broke women collecting food stamps and a little check from the government and getting by with that. But she needs $240,000 a year. You understand what I'm saying? My man said Tyrese X is on the internet giving men dating advice. So I want to make this clear for friends and foes of the manosphere. Okay? Mr. Marcus Keep It 100 is not here to complain about women. I'm not here to shame women to change. I don't give a fuck. Okay? Let's talk SBE part 2 coming soon. What I'm here to do is tell men this is the game. This is the fucking game. Okay? So let's listen to the professional talk some more about marriage. I don't want to hear niggas who might be bending backwards in they situations to make their shit work tell me shit about nothing when in the majority. Because some marriages work. My question is, what are you doing to make that shit work? We know what Will Smith is doing. He putting up with a lot of bullshit. So let's play some more of this video. Let's listen.
And slept with him for a while and then stopped and started sleeping with other people and playing tennis and having Botox, and she's going to get half. Like, that's fucking incredible.
He's talking about the woman who divorced her husband for millions. She was just a hot chick. And she fucked him for a little while, then stopped fucking them and started fucking with motherfuckers on the side. They tell their lawyers the truth. Now I'm a millionaire. There's nothing that a wife of a millionaire does. You don't clean the house. You don't cook, bitch. I deserve that. No, the fuck you don't. You was fucking for $40 before you got with this nigga. Now you worth 200 and whatever thousand? Or this bitch is worth millions? You was fucking for fries before you fuck with this dude. That's like telling Dave Chappelle, that's the old price. You know, $50 million. Haircut, $50 million. That's the old price. There we go. Let's go, man.
Like, do you know what he had to do to get that? And what she had to, I'll fuck that guy for $200 million. Are you kidding me? Like, that's insane. That's incredible. Like, and God bless. I mean, I'm not saying that this is the rules of the game, you know, but you can't argue that that's not easier than going to Harvard.
No, for sure. But then the payoff, the trade-off for that is that when they hit a certain age, the value decreases.
Play it right. Any stock, if you hold it too long, it's going to go down, you know, like, so play the stock the right way. I mean, and that's what I think. If we were a little more honest about the nature of male-female coupling, I mean, right now we can't even establish what is gender. You know, we can't establish any of that anymore. So divorce is becoming incredibly hilarious and fraught.
Well, to me, what is, like, sometimes you have to stand back and look at things to get the real perspective on what it is.
Sure.
And sometimes you look back at marriage. So when was it invented? Like 2000 BC, roughly. And the life expectancy of humans back then was 18 years old.
Yeah.
And marriage was created for
land ownership
and things like that.
Yeah.
And if you're going to die in your early 20s or whatever, then getting married at 16, 18 makes sense.
So I'm going to pause this right here because not too long I was talking to a fellow manosphere member about marriage. And there's this idea that marriage started in the church, and that's bullshit. It's bullshit. It's historically inaccurate. So that the church has hijacked the idea or the institution of marriage. And so that church people can say marriage is this institution of holiness. Nonsense. It's bullshit. And I'm willing to call out anybody who says that or pushes that idea because it's bullshit. Let's continue.
Well, I think there's a distinction that has to be made between pair bonds and marriage, right? Marriage is a government concept. Marriage is a contract. Marriage is a legal status. Pair bonds, right? Two people go in it together, you know, saying, hey, there's 7.3 billion people in the world, and the two of us, we're gonna lock up together and we're gonna try to hold hands and get through this thing.
Till we're 80 years old.
Well, until whatever, you know. I mean, what's interesting is, first of all marriages end. They end in death or divorce, but they all end. Like every marriage ends. So it's one of the only things that you go, wow, I really hope this ends in us dying. You know, most things that's not the desired outcome. But in marriage, you hope marriage will end in death. You hope that you will be together until one or both of you die. You know, but all marriages end.
But
so
as a guy, as a provider, if you knew it was going to end and you were going to have to give away half your money, you might think twice about doing it.
Well, I think that's what makes being a divorce lawyer interesting, is that it's a lot of what a court has to do is disregard what happened in the marriage, because the truth is at the bottom of a bottomless pit. Like, you're never going to get there. Yeah, well, he's fucking his secretary. Right, because you were not sleeping with me anymore. I have a client whose wife acknowledges she didn't sleep with him for 6 years. What did you think was going on if you didn't sleep with him for 6 years?
So had a conversation. Same guy, my fellow manosphere, you know, my fellow black manosphere guy. Shout out to Dr. Thunder. I'm going to say his name. Dr. Thunder. Shout out to Dr. Thunder. And we were debating about what happens when your wife stops fucking you. And Dr. Thunder, you know, he's a man of God. He's a religious man. He says, you don't have the right to have sex outside of your marriage, even if your wife stops fucking you. Right? Well, he didn't say fucking because he's a man of God. Right? So he's having sex, making love, you know, commiserating, whatever the word. And here we are. And this divorce lawyer is talking. This is something very common. We often talk about sexless marriages in the manosphere. Motherfuckers are incels in their marriage. There is nothing on paper, and this is what I was telling the good doctor. There's nothing on paper legally that enforces your woman to, you know, fuck you. There's no, you know, there's nothing, you know, there's everything on paper to make you be the husband that she thought she was going to get from you. And if the shit don't work out, then there's laws for that. Well, you got to keep her in the lifestyle. Well, I was used to getting my dick sucked on Friday. That was my lifestyle. But there's nothing that you're going to put on paper. The judge is not going to say, you are hereby ordered to suck his dick on each Friday of the week of every month for this amount of years. There's no such thing as this. There's nothing to legally enforce. So niggas are using shame, right? So this is the idea. You have to shame the women. And the shame is not working. Shame does not work. Not in this, you know, in this particular case, because the women are morally superior. Shame is reliant on the person that you're shaming, their moral, like their barometer of morality. If they think they're correct, and these women will tell you, we don't owe you no pussy, even if you got a ring on the finger. We don't owe you pussy, and there's laws against you can't take the shit from your wife, even though this is a recent thing. If you look it up, it recently in your lifetime became illegal for you to force your wife to have sex. And I don't recommend that. But what I'm saying is, it's a marriage. If you know, this woman of God and everything like that, you are violating the vow that you said in front of God, right? And I'm speaking in the context of religious people. You are violating the vow that you said in front of God. So why am I to maintain my end of the deal while you break your end of the deal? How does this work? I said, what is this man to do, Doc? Well, he's stuck. He has to remain in that marriage because divorce is terrible. You can't get divorced because God don't like that. You can't make her fuck you because God don't like that. And you can't fuck outside your marriage because God don't like that. Well, does God like her not fucking me? How does God feel about this? Did you ask him? Then let's ask God. Hey, God. Hey, God, my wife won't give me no pussy. God, make this bitch fuck me, God. I mean, you know, I'm praying. I know when I'm going, y'all gonna be like, that nigga in hell. But I'm just saying, how does God feel about the fact that you ain't fucking me? Because he sure don't like a lot of other shit. And there seems to be all these rules for a nigga. Because God like, dude, you better not fuck the next bitch. You better not leave this bitch. But God, I can't get no pussy. God, you got to, if I'm God, you got to talk to me straight up. You got to talk to God straight up. God, if I just let a bitch suck my dick, is that cool, God? Is that cool? Just ask God. God's your man. You can talk to him. You're like, oh my God, how are you talking to God like that? These words are created by God, right? God created everything. He created fuck, shit, motherfucker, ass, bitch, hoe. He created all this shit. He knows these words. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the lead attorney reacted to a video of Hafiz on the SOS podcast saying something about his wife saying a contract about intimacy. Listen, you can't enforce that shit. This nigga's silly. Hafiz is a clown. I'm glad he's gone. I'm glad he's gone. Let's continue down this rabbit hole, but I'm just telling you, marriage is not holy, has nothing to do with this. So if your wife ain't fucking you, go get some pussy outside. That's what fast food is for. The bitch won't cook, eat, take out. Let's go.
So okay, delegate. You've delegated that responsibility. If you don't want to have sex with him, that's okay. No one should force you to have sex with this person. Let him go have sex with someone else. You don't want to do the laundry, hire someone to do the laundry. If you don't want to mow your own lawn, hire someone to mow the lawn. Delegate that responsibility. And this guy wasn't even sleeping around. He was going to those hand job places, where you get a massage and get the most pathetic thing in the world, the most innocuous thing in the world. He didn't have a girlfriend. There was no love involved. He was getting jacked off for $50. Like, that's sad. Like, I mean, first of all, hand jobs, like, that's an outdated technology. That's like a Betamax. Like, who even does that anymore? But he was doing this, and he just thought, okay, that's fine. She had the indignation to say, he shouldn't be a custodial parent. He's a terrible person because he's doing this.
The bitch divorced him because he was getting his dick played with. Played with. Not sucked. Not fucked. Hand jobs, bitch. This is information. My man Shaka said, mysterious ways. God worked in a mysterious way. I'm gonna be fucking other mysterious bitch. If you not fucking me, I'm fucking the bitch that's mysterious. We're gonna put a mask on this bitch. She gonna be mysterious. And we gonna be fucking in some mysterious ways. My man said a mysterious way to not get that nigga no pussy from his own wife. I'm gonna meet a chick somewhere and bitch gonna be like, wanna know my name? No, bitch. Mysterious. I'm gonna fuck a mysterious bitch in a mysterious way. This nigga's getting divorced because of hand jobs. Because the bitch denied him pussy. You ain't gonna fuck me, but you ain't gonna fuck me, and can't nobody play with your dick. This is the reality of some of these marriages. I'm not going to say all, but a good amount of marriages is like this. Niggas is suffering no pussy. And, if you're a godly man, you just stuck. Hopefully, you could talk to the preacher, and the preacher could be like, get this nigga some pussy, please. Good reverend. We know some of y'all worship the reverend more than the book says. The book of the word of God says, fuck your husband, but you ain't gonna fuck your husband. But the reverend tell you to do it, you might do it. Or you might fuck the reverend first. Who knows?
And it was like, wait, how is that much different than going to a strip club? How is that much more different? Because we just, he was like, well, should I deny it? And I was like, is it true? And he's like, well, yeah. I said, no, we should own it. Let's go in and say, yeah, you know what? Yeah, it's pathetic. It's really pathetic. My wife didn't sleep with me for 6 years, and I'm human. And I wanted to have sex still. I didn't want to blow up my life. I didn't want to screw up my kids and have my kids have divorced parents. So I thought, all right, she's clearly not interested in me anymore. I'm not going to have a girlfriend and get caught up in all the things where people could get hurt and there's feelings and fatal attraction and stuff. I'm just going to go. It'll be transactional, like going to a strip club or anything else. And is it a little pathetic that I'm a guy who makes $1 million a year in finance and I'm paying someone $50 to jack me off? Yeah, that's kind of pathetic.
This is why I tell passport niggas, yo, look, stop saying that you going down there to find a wife if you ain't going down there to find a wife. If you going down there to fuck some Spanish bitches, then say that. Keep it real. Motherfuckers see me sitting next to a fucking porn bitch at an award show, thought they exposed me. Shit. Let me calm down. Thought you exposed me. Ask the bitch if I gave her any money. We were just chilling. You can't expose me, nigga, for being with no hoes, nigga. I'm in the whole circle, nigga. If you go down to Colombia, DR, whatever, ain't nothing down there but hoes, nigga. And the shit costs what? 50 cents, 25 cents to fuck them bitches down there for all this dinner and a date shit you doing here, nigga. Go down there and do that shit with pride, man. Because these bitches are selling pussy and pride. That's why I told Mr. Truth as I know it. These chicks is here, passport gate. Watch the video. These chicks are here selling pussy and out on Front Street with it. So you go buy some pussy on Front Street. If that's what you must do. I'm not saying do it over anything else. If you can rock some other way, if you can find you a nice chick, find you a nice chick. If you got to go overseas, go over the fuck seas. If you got to date out, fly out, cash out, whatever. I don't dick police here. I don't have the dick police badge. I don't give a fuck what you do with your dick. I'm not here to judge you. My name is not Dr. Umar M2May, Infantume, whatever this nigga name is. I don't give a fuck what you do. Get pussy however you get it. Stop listening to these niggas tell you that Western woman problems is a result of, because you broke. When this man right here is saying rich motherfuckers is going through this shit. Rich men is going through this shit with these hoes, man. Rich men, millionaires, and billionaires are going through this shit with Western women. Oh, y'all just complaining because y'all ain't got shit. That's nigga shit. Nigga bitch shit, because you're listening to a black woman tell you shit. So now you got to be what they saying you need to be. That still ain't going to get you no shit. And these same niggas that saying this shit are not married to black women. Where's your black woman talking all this shit? Because you got your, show me your skills, your resources, and your black woman. Your obedient, submissive, cooperative black woman with your skills and your resources and all the shit that you saying a nigga ain't got for a black woman to submit or a Western woman to submit, because it's bigger than us at this point. It's bigger than black women.
But you know what? I figured out, but to suggest that that means I'm a bad parent, that has nothing to do with my parenting at all, period. So, and thankfully the judge agreed with me on that one. But I really do think that the idea, I don't think, if you break it down fundamentally, 56% of marriages end in divorce. Like, think about, that's the ones that end in divorce. So how many people, what percentage stay together for the kids? Or because they don't want to give away half their shit? Another 10%? That's conservative. But let's say 20% then, okay?
That's at least right.
You now have a technology that fails 76% of the time. That's insane. That's insane. That's more likely than not 76%. If I told you there's a 76% chance when you walk out the door today, you're going to get hit in the head with a bowling ball, you would not go out, or you'd wear a helmet for sure.
This is a man with a law degree making the same argument that I made about walking into a building with a 76 or 80% chance of you getting stabbed in the stomach versus a 20% chance of you having a threesome with the baddest bitches ever made. You gonna walk in that building? You gonna walk in that building? 80% chance of you getting stabbed in the stomach. Remember Shank, nigga? Shank, remember that? 80% chance of you walking into a building, getting stabbed in the stomach and thrown out into the sidewalk, and a 20% chance of you fucking three of the baddest bitches you ever seen in your life. Who going in that building? 80% chance of a flight coming down out the sky. 20% chance of you making it to where you going. Who getting on the plane? Who doing it? You got to be stupid or insane. Stupid or insane to get married in America, especially if you got shit to lose. It's often said marriage is for poor people. And I hate how that sounds, but it's getting close to correct. You wouldn't do anything else with that failure rate. With that much risk. High risk shit. You wouldn't get on that plane. You wouldn't get in that car. A surgeon with an 80% failure rate. You ain't letting them work on you. But let these niggas, these simp niggas who find you a nice, cooperative. This is a white lawyer saying this. You know, I know niggas like listening to white people. He got a white shirt on and a tie. He look important. So let's hear what he got to say.
But people just continue to get, not only do they continue to get married, there's a presumption that you should get married. And if you don't get married, there's something wrong with you. So if you've got a girlfriend and you've been with her for 5 years and you say to someone, we're getting married, they go, oh, that's great. You know, they don't go, why? You're happy. Why?
I go, why? Ask my niggas. I go, why?
Why would you get married? Like everything's going fine. Why would you put yourself through that? Why would you run that risk? If you say to someone, we've been together 5 years and we've decided we're not going to get married. We're going to move in together, but we're not going to get married. Ooh, what's wrong? You have intimacy issues? What's your problem? Meanwhile, 56% end in divorce. It's literally fits the legal definition of negligence. It's a negligent behavior. The way you define negligence in law school is when what you lose by not doing something, okay, is lower than the risk of harm. It's what's called a BPL analysis. So the burden of not doing a thing is lower than the likelihood, the probability of harm. So BPL, so burden, probability, and loss. Marriage is an inherently negligent activity. It's like owning a lion. Like the likelihood of someone getting hurt seriously by this is very, very high. No one ever says it to you. Because why? Because, and I would say something, I've been doing this for over 20 years and I still get misty-eyed at weddings. Like I still really, there's something in me that goes like, you know, maybe it'll work out for these two.
You still
like,
believe
it's
in love?
Sweet. I absolutely believe in love. I think love is wonderful. But love and marriage have very little to do with each other. I don't think there's much of a correlation there. And I think that's where we got off track. Like I believe in pair bonds. I don't think I can learn everything I need to know about myself from myself. I think having someone around me who sees my blind spots, and that doesn't have to be a romantic partner. That could be a friend. That could be any number of things. But there is something wonderful about romantic connection. We know that. I mean, the other statistic is 56% of marriages end in divorce, but 84% of people who get divorced are remarried within 5 years of their divorce.
Really?
Think about that. So now you've done it and failed,
right,
and felt the pain of the loss, and within 5 years, 84% are remarried.
Who else does that remind y'all of? Motherfuckers who fail and then do the shit again. Simp niggas. Simp niggas. Oh, failure don't stop you from simping, nigga. It's obvious that the bitches don't like you. But then, you know, you simp again and you defend the women. Simps have the worst experiences dealing with women and are the biggest defenders of them. If you don't believe me, look at your crew. Look at your crew. What are you referring to, Cortez? Point it out to me. But yeah, simps have the worst experiences with women and are the biggest defenders of women. Motherfuckers who have the most experiences with women are the most realistic about women. The men who have the most experiences with women have the most knowledge and are realistic about women and what women are. Simps who have no experience, it's like the women who talk about the idealistic man that she wants. She has no experience with that guy. Simps have no experiences with women, so their idea of women is what they're defending. Simps defend the idea of women, not actual women, because they don't know actual women. They don't have experiences. All they know is the chick that they wanted that didn't want them, and her memory and her image and shit like that. Experiences with actual women is what they lack, a lot of these niggas. They are in love with the idea. Just like women are in love. I mean, women are in love with the idea of the rich man. Oh, I'll be with the rich man. It's going to be great. We're going to be rich. I'm going to have all this shit, this and that and the other. But then they divorce that motherfucker quick. Sometimes because they want to, get the fuck out of there. They never liked them in the first place. And even if he's a dude that she liked, the reality of the rich man is all the other hoes want the rich man too. That's the reality of the rich man. Just like niggas who get bad bitches know the reality of dealing with bad bitches. So everybody in the chat, if you dealt with bad bitches, y'all know what I'm talking about. Crazy, high maintenance, all that shit, right? Now, Lucario get up here and say, well, you that nigga, then the bad bitch you submit. She ain't going to be crazy, this and that. Again, select, high value, rich motherfuckers, billionaires, millionaires, fly niggas are going through all this shit with particular women because the women are incentivized to be like, you know what? This shit ain't working out. I'm sick of being here. I could leave with a severance package. So Kevin Samuels' show really exposed that women want the high value man, but never really been with one, and what he expects from you. They like the idea of the high value man. They like the idea of them, just like dudes like the idea of the bad bitch. The bad bitch, it's like owning a Ferrari. I remember 50 was talking about owning his mansion and all the shit that come with owning a mansion. It's like owning a Ferrari, owning a Bentley. That shit's always in the shop. The windshield wiper costs $5,000. You know what I'm saying? This is high maintenance shit. Everybody wants the fly shit. They don't want the high maintenance, right?
So when you fall in love and you're with a partner who's in love with you,
Sure.
it's like hard to put the brakes on and say, you know what, that's as far as I'm going to go.
Well, I think whoever discovered water, it wasn't a fish. And I think when we're in a thing, we don't see it. And so, I mean,
that's deep, by the way. Whoever discovered water wasn't a fish. When you're in a thing, you don't see it. It's like we call ourselves black people, but we didn't name ourselves that. Somebody saw us and said, those are the black people. Nobody in Africa said, hey, look, we're black. It's a deep thing he just said. Let's continue.
And this is true of any of us.
There must be some endorphins, something's being released in our brains.
Listen, you want to test that theory. The next time you're out with a couple who've been together for a while and it seems like they maybe got in a fight or they're just kind of being, impatient with each other at the table, when you go a group thing. Just say to them, so tell me about how you met. Tell me the story of how you met. And everything on them changes. They go back to that place. And there's this like, oh yeah, and she was this, because for that second, you go back to that place. Like you can go, someone with a horrible divorce, if you could get them to go to that place and talk to you about that time. Like I would tell you something, when I was a kid, you know, like every kid, you have the fantasy of like, if you were invisible, what would you do? You'd go to the girls' locker room, you know, whatever. I have this fantasy that if I could be invisible, I have about 8 clients that I'd like to sneak into their house and find their wedding album. Like I know it's in the attic somewhere or something, because I would love to see what it looked like when these people loved each other, because they are weaponized against each other now. And we are trying to kill each other, and we're taking every secret, every intimacy, everything. And we're just, we're
at their ugliest.
At their ugliest, at their worst. And there's something in me that just the thought that like, you guys at some point, like at some point you were like, there's 7.3 billion people in the world and you're the one. Like you're the one I just want to be with and smell and touch, and like that feeling, we all know that feeling of like just the electricity of another person, you know? And I mean, I think I'm a romantic at heart in the sense that I really get it. Like,
all right, so this is a part of this because I want to move on after this. This is a part of this video that I really want to cover, right? Let me skip ahead.
Keeping it alive.
You know, I think people get unhappy in marriages the way that people go bankrupt, which is very slowly and then all at once. I think it's very slow and then it just goes off a cliff. So everybody will say, well, we divorced because he was cheating or she was cheating, or we divorced because he had an alcohol issue or drug issue, which lately we're seeing more like alcohol and drugs is a big thing, especially post-pandemic. There's a tremendous amount of substance abuse stuff that's causing a lot of issues in marriages. And certainly like social media has increased the accessibility of adultery and connections to other people and reconnections with people from your past who remind you of a version of yourself.
And guess who's doing that? Guess who's doing that? Trying to live the past and past connections. It ain't niggas. Niggas thrive off new pussy. Let's continue.
That you felt more excited about because you were younger. So it's, you know, it used to be if you like ran into the girl you banged in high school, it was like once every 10 years at reunion.
Oh, by the way, Cortez, you are correct. Yeah, it is. Yeah, I've seen your comment. It is men that remarry more often after a divorce. This absolutely. Shout out to Red Lion. I see you in the building. Let's go.
You know, or if you lived in the same town as you grew up in, you know, you might run into the person at the Walmart. But now it's like on Facebook, you have all these excuses to be able to chit chat with someone, and all these benign entry points, you know, of like, oh, you know, I saw your pictures from vacation. Where did you stay in Miami? You know, and then it becomes, oh yeah, well, you looked great. I mean, boy, you look fantastic in a bikini, and all of a sudden we're off to the races and we're chatting with each other. So I you know, if we were going to invent like an infidelity machine,
yeah, let's skip through this here. But he's right about social media.
When you realized the marriage is over, you know, like, was there a moment? And she said, yeah.
Okay, this is the part that I want to, this is it right here.
And it's all attorney-client privilege.
Let's back up a little bit here.
Did her divorce. And we'd spend a lot of time together, because you do, you know, when you're a divorce lawyer, you spend a lot of time with people and you get to know them very well. I mean, people will lie to their therapist. They won't lie to their divorce lawyer because A, there's no reason to, and B, you know, I need to know everything, and it's all attorney-client privilege. And this woman, we were sitting outside the courtroom waiting on a break in testimony. And she was a young woman in her probably like late 30s, you know, very attractive. And we were just chit-chatting, and I said to her, you know, was there a moment when you realized the marriage is over? You know, like, was there a moment? And she said, yeah. And I said, when was it? And she said, there was this granola that I like. She said, they only sold it at like this particular grocery store, and I like to put it in my yogurt. And she said, he used to always, whenever I'd be running low on it, I would just open the thing one day and a new bag would be there. She's like, and she's like, it made me feel so loved. Like, I didn't have to ask. He didn't want credit for it. Like, he didn't go like, oh, did you see? I got your granola that you wanted, you know, like he just would do this thing, you know? And she said it was just something that like, it always made me smile. She said every time the granola was running low and there was a new bag of granola, I just felt very loved, you know? And she said one day the granola ran out. And I thought, oh, that's weird. You know, maybe he didn't see it. She's like, so I left the bag in there because I thought, well, at some point he'll notice. And he didn't notice. She goes, so I took the bag out and I waited and he didn't get a new bag. And I thought, okay, this thing's going down. And I thought to myself, wow, that's like, you know, that's such a small thing, like granola. Like you just, but these are the things, like these are the little things that make us feel loved and that are gestures of love. And when I said to her, was there anything like that for you with him? And she said, yeah, blowjobs. And I almost spit out my coffee. And she goes, no. She goes, when we were first dating and even first married, she's like, I used to give him blowjobs a lot. She's like, you know, she's like, do it in the morning, took 2 minutes. And he was like super happy the rest of the day, you know? She's like, the rest of the day, he would like call me or text me and be like, oh, that was so good this morning. You know, I had such pep in my step now. And she's like, it was just like, what did it really take out of my life to do that? You know, and it made him feel good. She's like, and then I got to a point where I was like, well, you know what? No, I'll wait. And then tonight we can have sex and we'll both enjoy that. Like, what do I owe him a blowjob? Like, no, you know, like I don't owe him that, you know? And then she said, I got to a point where it was like, I look back and I'm like, yeah, I guess I didn't do that as often, hardly ever really, you know?
Which came first?
You know, I said that to her and she said, I couldn't tell you. She said, but I think it's the same thing.
It's the same thing.
And I do think it's the same thing.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying blowjobs and granola is all you need to know, but, and I'm not, by the way, I'm not saying that a blowjob is a small thing. I don't think I have any right to. I've never given one. But it seems like a phenomenal feat, and I'm grateful for everyone I've ever received. But I don't think it's a massive investment, right? Just like buying someone's granola is not a massive.
But when you love somebody, you love doing things for them.
How deep is that shit? Let's talk about this shit for a minute, because I love that story. She felt that her marriage was falling apart because this motherfucker stopped buying the granola, right? But she didn't take into the account that there's something maybe that he was into, that she was doing, that he expected, right? That he expected. Now, whatever she was doing, right, for him, it was less important than her granola, right? Because what you do for me makes me feel good, right? I mean, yeah, at first she's doing this shit. How many motherfuckers in here? How many motherfuckers in here? And I expect to see, I'm going to say type of one. How many people in here have been in a situation with a female where she did all this shit early and then one by one, this shit started to slow down? There's always this shit in the beginning, right? She's sucking your dick, everything. She's doing all that wild shit. And then the longer you together, all that shit slows down. If you know what I'm talking about, type 1. I know you're in here. Right? Man, I remember I got the fucking seizure head, nigga. Nigga. You do all of this shit the first time. Then as time goes on, you never get that shit again. But your obligation doesn't stop. See, masculinity, at least the way they define it now, because to me, that's not masculinity, but to them, it's masculinity, you know, do shit for me, right? Your obligations to the relationship and to the pair bond or to the marriage, you can't turn your shit off. Your shit never stops. Your shit is like the fridge. Her shit is like the stove. It's on, then it's off. Your shit is the fridge. Your shit is on 24/7. Ain't a nigga in here whose fridge ain't on right now. You don't turn the fridge off. You are the fridge, nigga. Niggas are fridges, bitches are stoves. So her impression of the marriage being happy was about her being happy. If I'm not happy, this shit is over. His thoughts, his selfless thoughts, is just whatever, petty, small, or big thing, whatever these things are that, makes me happy, that speaks my love language. And he's going to touch on that in a second. He's talking about the love languages. Her love language was granola. His love language was getting his dick sucked. But, oh, I don't need to do all of that because, we could just have sex later and da-da-da-da-da-da. So maybe he thought, you know what? Maybe your granola is insignificant. It's not important. It's granola. Oh, I can't have my granola. My granola wasn't refilled. My granola, the shit that I like, my granola, I just walk in here and the granola is just there. It's magic. I don't have to do shit. Remember magic? I said this before. Magic. Women, they want shit to be magical. They want you to know what they're feeling, know what they're thinking, and that's love to them. Without having to say it. Without having to say it. Without you having to tell you, this is what I want. I like to be bent and twisted like this. And I like my pussy ate like this. And you buy me this. And I like strawberry and all of this shit. They want you to know this without them saying it. If you know it without them saying it, you are that nigga. You're that nigga. Imagine getting a blowjob that you didn't ask for. But she just knows, this nigga like his dick suck. I'm gonna suck his dick. He ain't gotta ask me. I ain't asked you to suck my dick. Whoa, shit, what's going on here? Oh shit. Okay. Let me ease on into it. I ain't asked for this shit, but I'll take it. I'll take it. When they your girlfriend or they the side chick, they do all the shit that you don't ask for. All that shit stops when they become the main chick, the wife. All that shit stops. It's over. I done crossed the finish line. I ain't got to run no more. I don't have to run anymore. But your ass got to keep running, nigga. She shooting the gun in there, blah, blah, blah. Nigga, you can't stop running, nigga. You got to keep running. You got to still do all the things. Your shit can't stop from whatever I signed up for. Whatever nigga you was that I married, you got to keep being that nigga. Or it's a problem. This marriage, this union is based on my happiness. It's based on my happiness. If I'm not happy, this shit ain't working. If I'm not happy, this shit ain't working. And that's what marriage is. If I'm not happy, this shit ain't working out. Happy wife, happy life, nigga. Shout out to D. Scott. Men are fridges, women are stoves, been married twice, and you're spitting facts. And nobody's ever said this shit before me. So anytime you hear it, it came from Marcus Ferris, Keep It 100. Made that shit up right here. Shout out to D. Scott. Thank you for that super chat. Men are fridges, women are stoves. Post it all over the fucking internet and mention me because it's real. You don't get to stop running, nigga. And the minute you stop running, you ever see a horse when it can't run no more, nigga? You know what happens to horses that can't run no more? You know what happens to horses that can't run no more? You got to keep running, nigga. Run, nigga, run. Run for your life, nigga. Gun line, nigga. Glue, nigga. Out the pasture. You get shot. They shoot horses. They can't run no more. You get shot, nigga. They turn you into glue after that, but you get shot. They shoot your ass. We all got men in our family that got old and useless. You got a bunch of your like the best thing that can happen to you as a husband. Some fucked up shit I'm gonna say, and y'all know what I'm gonna say. The best thing that can happen to you as a husband is that you die. Yup, is that you die. The best thing that can happen to a patriarch that went to work and worked all the years and retired and did all that good shit, the best thing that happened to that motherfucker is that he die. If he outlive his usefulness. When a man, we often say women gonna get old and die alone. We often say that. But old women be surrounded by their kids and their kids' husbands and their grandkids. When a nigga get old and useless, like, yo, what's going on? On. Motherfucker, fucker. You by yourself, nigga. I fuck with Kevin Samuels, but there's a couple things I disagree with him about. Women get old surrounded by everybody that love mama. Daddy might die at the job. If he die early enough. But if he get old and past his usefulness, he ain't at the job no more in the snap. And let's say, you know, he got caught getting his dick jerked, dick sucked, whatever. Now the whole family don't fuck with him. Or he dying alone. He dying alone. He dying alone. Don't let these niggas fool you into thinking that this shit is something different than what it is. Marriage is the lottery. It's the guillotine lottery. It ain't, oh, you might win some money. No, you might put your head in the guillotine. It's the guillotine lottery. Dave Chappelle just said, you know, aside from religion and this and that and the love shit, marriage is one of the worst deals you ever make. Shout out to AM1 because, you know, we was in that chat kind of like tossing these ideas back and forth about marriage. Right? So we eye to eye with that shit. Don't let these motherfuckers, you know, that's trying to, you know, keep their wife in check with vacations and gifts and all this other shit. Shout out to all the men that got happy marriages. Shout out to you. I wish you more happiness. I've had marriages. My boys married, dudes in my circle that's married. And there are more dudes in my circle divorced than married. One of my boys got remarried. Shout out to him. He might be watching this shit. Who knows? But don't let these niggas lie to you and tell you that this shit is something. This ain't me complaining. This ain't me shaming. This is me giving the game to whoever's going to watch this video. Because this is the shit that need to be said. The last thing you want to do is go work your whole life, get your shit together, get all this, you know, skills and resources for some raggedy bitch to take that shit away from you because she mad about some granola bars. He ain't refill the granola. Fuck this nigga. Where's my granola, bitch? Where's my head? Head? Oh my God, you're disgusting. Bitch, your granola is my head. Are we playing tit for tat? Yes, bitch. Yes. Yes. You enjoy granola. I enjoy getting my dick sucked. Can we meet in the middle? Have some middle ground somehow? No, your job is to keep running, nigga. I got tired of running. Now I can leave and you can still run, and I'll live across town collecting your running fee. And this happens 75 to 80% of the time, especially among motherfuckers who look like this. If you look like this, if you rocking this skin complexion, oh, your percentage is higher than them white people. Western marriage is trash. Black Western marriage is a fucking burning house. This is why the motherfuckers who criticize us do not marry black women. Market it. That's why y'all don't marry black women. I was peeping a video about homie earlier. The black man is fierce misogynist. Where's your woman from? This is why the niggas who talk the most shit about us talking this shit don't marry them women. We're saying the same shit you're doing. We ain't mad that you married a non-black woman because we don't dick police over here on this side of town. Ain't no dick policing happening here, but you would look. You want to deliver the message. I'm delivering the message. You mad they listening to me. Well, don't play the young and the restless in the beginning of your streams, and you might, motherfuckers might not fall asleep. Young and the Restless. I'm old enough to know that theme song, bro. All I'm saying is that's what I'm here to tell motherfuckers tonight. There's a simp nation being built. Shut up and run. Just shut up and run, and shut up and deal with it. Alpha your way through it. All of that shit. The simp nation is bigger than anything we talking about here. Me personally, I would like, especially with the guys in this space, because a lot of us, whether we disagree about this or that, a lot of us are saying the same shit. This is a battle for corners, and the shit is corny. But we're all saying the same shit. You guys need to talk about something else, but you're talking about us. So we all need to talk about something else. Maybe we need to, I talk about money, I talk about other shit, but y'all talk about us. Change your talk. But we agree on a lot of the same shit. But everybody should not be talking about the same shit. Everybody should be talking about the area that they specialize in. So if a nigga here is talking a lot about women, maybe because I specialize, motherfucker, I ain't complaining. You saw me with a nigga, saw me with a bitch and started complaining. That's not the bitch we want for you, Marcus. What I'm saying is, that's what we're here to tell you. That marriage ain't all it's cracked up to be. I'm gonna leave the link to that in the chat. Now, before I go, and that was the main topic. Before I go, and I hope it ain't too late. It's 7:30, 8:30, 9:30, 10:30. I ain't gonna keep you on too much longer. There's one more thing I wanted to touch on before this shit get too old. I know other content creators have touched on this, but I need to touch on this shit before it gets too old. Now, this is a little political. Shout out to my conservative black men, right? This one's for you. So we're gonna talk about this Yvette Carnell video that she put out some time ago. I know BGS has covered it. I know BGS has covered it. Oh shit, BGS covered it. He talk about shit other than the table. Yeah, ain't that some shit? Yeah, BGS talks about the table. BGS talks about black women, but hey, he covers other shit too. Why you fuck with BGS, Marcus? Anyway, let's go into this shit, man. So this he covered it. You know, I'm gonna talk about it for a second. Right. So let's hit that. Let me pull that up. Yeah, Yvette Carnell's Shock, I see you. Yvette Carnell's video. Let's hold on. Share screen. I'm hitting the wrong shit. So let's go. So this is Yvette Carnell. Ignore the flat top. It's not important. So let me unmute this and let's play a video.
You know that the game is to blame black men, right? And the game is to divide. And like we have all these little underbellies of people who play into these gender wars. They're all over the interwebs playing into these gender wars. They're all knuckleheads. But if you know that the end game is to kind of blame ADOS men, especially for whatever the violence may be, then that tweet is irresponsible. Regardless of what you said to Jared Ball, that becomes an irresponsible tweet. But she said something else too that really kind of, she put up another tweet that really kind of made me think, because then she brought up Steve Bannon. And the person that she tweeted was basically saying, I get what she was saying because I get Steve Bannon. And Steve Bannon was basically, in their interpretation, so you can look up the tweet, I'll leave it alone, you look it up. In their interpretation, Steve Bannon was saying, black people or black men specifically need somebody to look down on. If you can, support is conditional on you doing something else. So and she brought up trans people and said, now we're getting black women to look down on trans people and engage in transphobia. And I'm just like, what is she talking about? Like that's not what's happening at all now. And even if you say that's what happens, you have to then go back to the Democratic Party and say, don't they do that with black women? So if Republicans are playing a game with black men, and I believe they are currying favor and they are trying to play a game. If they're playing a game with black men, aren't Democrats playing the same game with black women? And don't we have to offer the same critical lens for both groups of people? Why or why not, ma'am? Because here is what, just to give you all some context in terms of Bannon, he said a couple things, and I just want to give the proper political context in terms of what he said. So he said the Democratic Progressive Party cannot rule if they don't get 90% of the black vote. If we cut into the black vote, if we make it 80-20, we can win 100 congressional seats this time, Bannon said. So he's saying that, like, listen, there is an opportunity to peel away these voters, especially black men. And this is something he said a while ago. This was in a tweet. African-American males are also another central part of this is Bannon, of our coalition. And you wait, we're going to get 50%. We're going to get 50% of that vote in 2022. And once we do that, we can govern for 100 years. Right? So he has a play.
Doesn't this sound similar to what the Democrats said? Like, what is it, in the 60s or the 70s? You know, we'll have the black people eating out of our hand. You know, doesn't this sound like the Democratic shit? Shout out to, is this Anubis? Anubis, hey man, I wish I had the green gorilla horns and shit for this super chat. I appreciate you, brother. This is, you know, super big shit. I'm gonna start putting motherfuckers who donate this big, their names gonna start being in the fucking title card of the show when you donate this big. You know, and shout out to Machismo TV. He might not be here right now, but shout out to him. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Machismo TV. But Anubis, I appreciate that super chat, bro. I appreciate that super chat, man. Yeah, I'm gonna have to take your name down. I'm gonna be, like I said, I'm gonna have to do something for people who donate this big. All right, so I appreciate you, Anubis, man. Shout out to you. The Republicans, in my opinion, are doing what the Democrats did some years ago. Right? Now, look, you can vote how you want. I know a lot of guys are conservative, and they're conservative because the fucking Democratic Party has gone batshit, right? Now, outside of spiting the Democratic Party because the Democratic Party ignores black men and spiting black women, there's really no other reason outside of that to vote Republican, right? There's no reason to vote Democrat. I want to be clear. Before motherfuckers, you Marcus, you're a liberal. Before motherfuckers start with that shit, right? Shout out to Nick. He said, go to my community tab and copy your me, my made for you, bro. That's a damn good analogy. Oh, okay. I think you're talking about fridges and stoves, maybe. But shout out to Nick. I appreciate the super chat, man. But yeah, LBJ. LBJ said that in the 60s. Right? But Shaka says, even that's not a reason though. Hey, look, I'm with you. My thing is, but guys feel that way. I can't tell motherfuckers how to feel. The motherfuckers gonna vote, like I don't use, like, my politics ain't got nothing to do with what hoes do and what they don't. My thing is, if I'm a vote for a party, they have to be catering to my interests, meaning something in your agenda has to be directly sold to me, not just I want to make the other group mad, right? It's not a valid reason to vote, right? Now, if you want to prove a point to the Democratic Party, I'd rather not vote. I don't fuck around. I don't even get up out of bed on election day. Like, fuck voting for the right or left. Neither party is fucking with me. If I got two chicks that won't suck my dick, I'm taking neither one of them to the club. I ain't gonna take one chick that won't suck my dick out to spite the other bitch that ain't giving up no ass. Like, what? That's the dumbest shit in the world. I'm gonna make this bitch mad and take out this other bitch that ain't doing shit. And that's the best analogy I can give motherfuckers to make them understand how stupid it sounds. But do what you do. Do what you do. Now, if the Democratic Party if the Republican Party is offering something of value to you, then I suggest you vote for them. Motherfuckers say, well, if you own a business, then you pay less taxes. Well, do you own a business? Because I find that a lot of guys that are saying this or making this argument don't even own a business. But they're trying to appeal to the guy that owns a business. But okay, but how does that work for you if you don't own a business? Shout out to Nick. He says, I never voted Democrat in my life. Half the Republicans I don't like compared to the Democrats. None of them I like. I'm trying to understand. I must have misread that. Well, me personally, I feel like the Democratic Party is racist. They just have a real funny way of, expressing their racism, and the right is just direct with their shit. All right. So right wing and left wing, both for the same way I feel. But again, and shout out to Hood Conservative, shout out to Nate and the crew over there at Bernard Riley show. And one day, I'm gonna have all these motherfuckers here. We're gonna have a conversation. And shout out to Rob Black Light Revelations. But let's listen to some more of these videos, this video, because she's talking about guys who have become Trump supporters. And regardless of what I say, right, I understand what's going on here. Let's play it.
For the he understands, and it's perfect political thinking. If the Democrats are playing for black women, if you are the Republican Party, your play is for black men or ADOS men who have politics. That's a play. That's what you would do.
Right.
There's nothing nefarious about that, except that neither party is trying to offer us anything worth anything. That's the most nefarious thing, not the fact that, oh my God, these Republicans trying to steal or trying to take away black men. But one thing that nobody or none of these people who keep talking seem to understand, right? one that they don't kind of seem to understand is what ADOS men in this country are doing in terms of their support for Republicans. Now, I agree with one thing. We are way too reflexive. It's either Democrat or Republican, and we jump out of hot pans and into frying pans and into hot pans and out of frying pans.
That's black politics. Whoever's talking nicer to us, that's who we fuck with in the moment. Whoever's talking the nice shit. Whoever ain't calling us niggas outright, that's who we in the moment. That's who we rock with.
Hey, it's hot over there. I'm gonna jump out of fish grease into chicken grease. Well, I just don't know how that's gonna work out for you, Hotfoot. I just don't. So we are very reactionary. In terms of how we do things. That's a problem because sometimes you have to build a third way. Sometimes you can't be reactionary. Right? So, if you can't be reactionary, you have to find a third way. So, I get all that. But nobody is thinking about why. Because that's the question that you have to have. Why are if we would agree now, I would want to take out. I would like to see a study, and it is funny. Antonio and I talked about this. I would like to see a study of how many. I want to break out different groups. Like let's break out Nigerian Americans. Let's break out Haitians. Let's break out Haitian Americans, who especially the ones who just got here. First, we should break it out. First generation sex. Let's break out a lot of these people and see how they vote as opposed to ADOS people. But even if we just talk about ADOS men, what we have to talk about is what they are doing in reaction to a political system that they don't view as serving them. This is not about anything else other than why aren't you wondering, instead of saying, and instead of putting up that tweet, and I find that tweet offensive because you cannot, if you cannot compare a group of men who are incarcerated at the highest level of any other group in the world and say then that we're the police. No, they are not. Like, how can you say, well, black men is the police? You can't say black people are the police, but you certainly can't say man or woman, but you certainly can't say, looking at the incarceration rate of ADOS men, that they are the police. They are policed. They are not the police. And you can play with that group because the group has no power. And instead of interrogating what being powerless in America means and what kind of political reaction you would have with being that powerless in America, nobody's currying favor to them. At least Democrats are talking about black girl magic. They got everybody walking around with Kamala. They are at least playing to your ego, even though they don't give you policies. They are not playing to ADOS men at all, except to call them stupid and say that you don't need anything and say that you just don't know enough of how to vote or whatever.
Exactly. Every time I have a conversation with niggas on the right, the right doesn't owe you anything. If you're telling me to leave the left alone because they're not doing anything for black men, that implies that the right should. You can't then tell me I should come to the right and then tell me I should not ask or expect anything from the right, or why should they give me anything? That's the dumbest shit in the world. I'm a self-interested black man. I'll stay home. Fuck your vote. Fuck your election. If, no voting, no fucking is insulting because you're trying to get niggas vote by denying pussy, and then you put some Rainbow Coalition motherfucker in the video. If that's disrespectful, and it is, then you can't insult black men on the other side by saying, well, y'all ain't specify what y'all want. What? You got motherfuckers writing all types of contracts and this and that, saying outright everywhere what black men need. Oh, y'all niggas need hugs and y'all want people to like you. No, we want equal protection under the motherfucking law. That's what we're asking for. Equal protection of our rights. All the rights that bitches get and the white man get and the Asian man get. Equal protection under the law. We want you to guarantee it. We want you to enforce it. We don't need your hug. We don't need your party. We don't need to talk nice. We don't give a fuck about that. Fuck the feelings. Equal motherfucking protection under the law. And that's the shit that I be telling motherfuckers. And well, why you think you deserve that? But then fuck your vote. And I get into no disrespect to anybody that's not, because she's talking about ADOS versus people from other places. I'm going to tell you, most of the pushback I get for saying this shit, most of it comes from people from other places, black people from other places. And I don't even mention ADOS. But when you talk to people, then you realize where they from. That attitude typically comes packaged with somebody that's from somewhere else. Shout out to Leon. Said, that's cap, keep it 100. We nice to whoever buys us the best best chicken. Republicans replay that socialism. Yeah, my vote ain't free. Absolutely. Absolutely. I appreciate you. I appreciate you, Leon. You know what I'm saying? Thanks for being up in here. Here, Shaka says, whoever gives the biggest hugs wins. Whoever's not, niggas tend to gravitate towards whoever's not cursing them out at the time. And Nick, I need a typed out definition of what a rhino is. Like, I don't know what a rhino is. Right? So just put a put a comment up, rhinos typed out, right? So yeah, where my hug at? Shaka says, I don't even use those acronyms, ADOS, FBS. I don't use the acronyms necessarily, but I know what it means. And I'm from a very diverse place, which is New York City. So I understand the different politics that play out amongst different types of black people. And I don't pretend that they don't exist. I love my continental Africans. I love my Caribbeans. I'm from Flatbush, Brooklyn. I love my people. I was just having this conversation with one of my boys. He's from Haiti. I say, yo, we all know who didn't want American boys fucking their daughters from the islands, right? Shout out to Kobe. He says both houses of Congress own slaves. That's why Cuba in 2020 was saying we shouldn't be loyal to either one of them. We can make a deal or bow out. I'm with that. I never thought Cuba was a sellout for talking to either side. But none of these people on the left can explain why the Democrats have not reached out to Cuba or anybody else to make any sort of deal or have any understanding of what black people or black men want. Don't tell us, oh, y'all niggas don't know what y'all want. I hear that shit a lot. Y'all don't know what y'all want. Nigga, we're saying it. We have it in writing. Yeah, y'all don't really know. Don't worry. We'll holler at you after the election. That was the Biden administration. We'll holler at you after. Vote for us now if you black, and we'll holler at you later. I asked one of my boys, I said, yo, if you tell a chick you're going to take her to Red Lobster, or she say to you, take me to Red Lobster, I'll suck your dick. And you take her to Red Lobster, she don't suck your dick. You going to take her to Red Lobster again? No. Immediately said no. Thank you, Kobe, for the super chat. Immediately said no. I said, okay, so if Biden tell you what he going to do for you after the election and he don't do the shit, you going to vote for him again? Well, I don't know. Why does that change? Why does that change? So I understand the sentiment when it comes to black men or black people in particular, or as a whole, just being like addicted to the left. I totally get it. But they feel like there's nothing else because these motherfuckers over here, you look at their constituency, the people who support their base, whether the politician is or not, the base, the Republican base does not like black people. I don't give a fuck what nobody here says. I don't give a fuck what nobody here says, whether you're the left or the right. The Republican base does not like black people, and the Republican politicians have to, at some point or in some way or another, reflect the points of view or the political points of view of their fucking base. I don't get, I don't give a fuck what you're talking about. So Rhino means Republican in name only. Got you. I appreciate that. So next time I see Rhino, I'm not going to think you're talking about a motherfucker with a horn sticking out his face. And shout out to Jason Anderson. They not reaching out to Q because he wanted results. They rather talk senseless with Cardi B. It gets them the same results. Yeah, benign neglect. I'm not a fan of the Democrats, people. I'm not a fan of the Democrats. When I go get into these debates with people on the right, they like to depict me as some sort of leftist or some like I'm Cornel West, one of these motherfuckers. No, motherfucker, I don't fuck with them. I don't fuck with them. But if you want me on your team, you got to pay me in equal protection under the law. Shout out to Ghetto User. Truth telling as usual. I appreciate your super chat. And Jason, I appreciate your super chat also. Say Republican in name only. And I've heard the term. I should have figured it out like Scrabble, nigga. Like, but yeah, rhinos. Republican in name only. But at the end of the day, I mean, because there's a difference between Republican and conservative. But the base is still a base. The base is the redneck and fucking Confederate fucking South. Let's not pretend that this is not the truth. Now, is every Republican racist? No. But that's the base. That's how these motherfuckers win elections. They say, them people over there, we're going to protect you from them. Vote for us. But I can understand why black men lean towards the Republican Party is because I call the Dems the Femocrats. They are the Femocrats. Black man has two choices. He can vote for racism or vote for feminism. That's the thing. It's one or the other. You fucked either way. You gonna eat a shit sandwich or a shit sandwich with cheese. You actually, when I tell these motherfuckers, hey man, voting for Democrats or Republicans is like eating a shit sandwich or a shit sandwich with cheese. You know what these niggas tell me? But the shit sandwich with cheese has cheese. I would say they're racist. Obama won because he said he'd bring them boys home. Let's not forget, I have a long fucking memory, okay? That's why Obama won. They wanted their sons home. Okay? That eliminates all that shit. We knew Bush wasn't bringing shit home. Let's listen to some more of this video.
Right? It's just very dismissive, and that kind of dismissiveness in party politics in terms of policy and in terms of rhetoric has a consequence, but nobody wants to talk about that part. And let me just bring up another part. How in the world do you nominate Joe Biden to be the Democratic nominee for president, given what he did in terms of mass incarceration and who mass incarceration impacted the most, which was ADOS men, and then say, why are you thinking about voting Republican? You took the man who did the worst to this group of people, and you decided not only we're not going to punish him, but we are going to nominate him, and you doggone well better vote for him.
So the term that should have been said is, if you vote for him, you're not black. If you vote for Joe Biden, you ain't black. Not that you're not black if you don't, but you're not black if you do. Joe Biden, Hillary Clinton, and the fact that black women are deeply entrenched into the Democratic Party lets you know how they feel, at least in the majority, about the policies that these people have brought. But they're the same ones that tell you, niggas is weak and wasn't here. You know what I'm saying? He said, Obama didn't bring anyone home either. Well, that's what he didn't do, but he said he'd do it. But you can't expect the man who started the war to end it. And that's why Bush lost. Again, fuck what happened. What was promised is something else. Again, I have a long memory. I remember the Bush stimulus. I remember the Obama stimulus. Everybody talking like Trump was the first stimulus. We had all that shit back then. And we ain't talking about necessarily the politician. I'm talking about the base. But let's also remember that there was no such thing as a Tea Party and all that other shit before Obama got elected. There was no such thing as an alt-right before Obama got elected. All of that shit is a result of a black man in the White House. Don't tell me those people aren't racist. Don't tell me those people aren't racist. Because, you know, I'm sure among some of the racists, there's some good people holding them tiki torches, right? Let's continue with this video. Yeah, you ain't about to tell me that the Republican base. I ain't that motherfucking stupid. Let's continue forward.
You cannot do that as a political party or as a group of people and then wonder why this group of men is not feeling you. That's part of the reason so many of them fall, you know, so many of them fall to people like Tariq Nasheed and the underbelly of YouTube because they don't feel like anybody speaks for them. So they find the biggest knucklehead in the world sometimes. Not all the time. We know most men aren't watching this because we know how many million ADOS men there are in America and we know what the views are on these shows. But what I'm saying is everybody's going to go find a champion. I'm just telling you. People are going to go find their champion. It'd be the wrong champion, but you have to ask yourself, what did you do?
It's a lot of truth being said on YouTube. And the problem that a lot of these people have with YouTube is that you can't control what we say. And you can't control what motherfuckers listen to. And you say people going to find a champion, right? And that's what we were discussing earlier. You got motherfuckers telling you to go get married in the face of all these fucked up divorce, statistics and fucked up child support statistics. They want you to ignore all of that. They want you to ignore that the Democratic Party has ignored black people and in particular black men. They want you to ignore the racism of the Republican base. They want you, a nigga got to ignore a lot of shit to get support from, to get our support from people. You know what I'm saying? The nigga got to ignore a lot of disrespect, a lot of, violation, a lot of shit. Everybody wants shit from the black man, but nobody want to give shit to niggas. We don't owe you shit, but, we need your vote. We need you to pay all the bills. We need you to do all this shit, nigga. There's nothing in it for you. There's nothing in it for you at all, but everybody wants shit from niggas. I'm almost I'm almost tempted to ask this person where he's from. Right? He's bring up real examples. You can't just say, oh, they are racist. Oh, you mean the people that was beating people up at the Trump rallies? Those people? Oh, they just love niggas, right? Huh? They love niggas, right? To make America great again crowd? The crowd that ran over white folks because of some shit, the protests with the tiki torches, those people? I gave you examples. You don't like my examples, that's your business, bro. This is the thing, right? I'm for truth when it's true. I'm for truth when it's true. When Trump said China, no, but you said they are not racist. So it has to be the majority, but understand, a lot of them motherfuckers down there are against the same reparations we talking about. The motherfuckers in Arizona that didn't want your Martin Luther King holiday. Oh, I need to get a poll? Man, get the fuck out of here, man. Say what you want. is always an outlier. See, this is the thing. What I hate about a lot of shit that goes on in this country, especially with black men, they'll use Chicago to make all of us criminals. But as soon as we say something about them, then these are outliers. Get the fuck out of here. Y'all use one city in the whole fucking country to make us all murderers. To make us all murderers. I ain't never been to Chicago. I don't know a motherfucker there. But as soon as y'all want to talk about black crime, y'all make Chicago all niggas. But then if we talk about some racist white folks, then, that's a little small fringe. Get the fuck out of here with that bullshit. I ain't the one for it. You can gaslight somebody else. But I understand why black men are drawn to the Republicans, because the Democratic Party is outright disrespectful of black men. Outright disrespectful. Outright disrespectful. Don't sell me as the fucking South as being majority, tolerant. Get the fuck out of here, man. My family from the South, nigga. I am ADOS, nigga. I've been to the South, nigga. I seen them Confederate flags waving, nigga. Don't tell me about nothing in the South being about, oh, we love everybody. Get the fuck out of here, man. And he says it's statistics. You haven't posted shit. Motherfuckers like, you show me statistics. You ain't posting none either, motherfucker. Post a link. Post a link that says the majority of motherfuckers in Texas or in Mississippi and Alabama and all these known to in the hub of slavery states where they were shooting niggas on sight during Hurricane Katrina, that they just love niggas and left them on the roofs of their fucking houses for days to starve to death. I'm not the guy you want to debate, bro. You better ask around. You better ask around. I'm not the guy you want to debate. Anyway, let's listen to some more of Yvette. I don't listen to a lot of Yvette, but this came across and I was like, yo, this shit is fire. Because she's spitting some truth here.
What did you do? How did we get here? Now, I want to bring up something else. Because this is important. I want to go back to, I don't want to do, we do a lot of recent studies, and I appreciate that. But I think sometimes what happens is that we forget the past. Like nobody, people say stuff like nobody could anticipate what happened to the ADOS men, and nobody could anticipate what they was going through, and nobody could anticipate what was going to happen with mass incarceration. Joe didn't know. Nobody knew. So let me bring up, I'm going to bring up another part in a second, but I just want to bring this up really quick, because I hate that argument. Nobody knew. Mass imprisonment. Now, this is like 2004, this stuff. Right? Mass imprisonment and the life course, race and inequality in the U.S., in the U.S. incarceration, Now, this is just the abstract, and I'm going to go to another little quote real quick.
I'm starting to think this guy's a white boy in my... Hey, look, moderators, do not block him. Do not time him out. Okay, do not time him out. Who's Snaggington or whatever your name is. And I'm gonna this will be the last comment I read before I just continue. And he said the Confederate flag is not about racism. It's a rebel flag. It's about states' rights over the federal tyranny. So let me ask you, what was the rebellion? What was the rebellion about? What was the disagreement? Smoggington. What was the issue? They were rebelling. Why? Why were they rebelling, sir? Fucking slavery. That's why. States' rights to do what? States' rights to do what? States' rights to do what, sir? What? Abortion rights? Right to grow bananas? Pineapples? States' rights to do what, sir? Wait for it. No, let him answer. Wait for it. States' rights. Over what? Sovereignty for what, sir? Huh? Huh? Owning people? Maybe? Let me tell you something, brother. This is the Uppity Negro Swag channel. So whether you're a white guy or you're a coon-ass Negro, makes me no difference. But you get no wins here. You get no wins here. That's not the debate you have with me. States' rights. Right to do what? To continue slavery. That's what the war was about. That's why they wanted to separate. That's why they wanted to separate from the Union, so they could continue to make money off slavery. You ain't fooling nobody, bro. We some educated motherfuckers in here. Some educated niggas in here. Okay? States' rights over their own sovereignty. Sovereign to do what, sir? To do what, sir? It's a little quiet over there, Smoggington. We're going to continue with this video. You're educating no one. You're educating no one. States' rights. Yeah, ain't the first time I heard that argument, bro. History doesn't change, and neither does the bullshit used to defend it. I played this game before, bro. So let's continue with Ms. Carnell.
Although growth in the U.S. prison population over the past 25 years has been widely discussed, few studies examine changes in inequality in imprisonment. We studied penal inequality by estimating lifetime risks of imprisonment for black and white men at different levels. Don't y'all miss that? Well, you could find a study sometimes just had black and white. It didn't have everybody else. That people need. Nobody said need to say black and brown. Nobody needs to say black and Latino. Nobody needs to say none of that. I mean, we could just talk about. I mean, it's really is something. It really is something. Combining administrative survey and census data, we estimate that among men born between 1965 and 1969, 3% of now understand, don't rush past this date. 1965 and 1969. Now, this was in 2004. This is a study from 2004. We estimate that among men born between 1965 and 1969, 3% of whites and 20% of blacks had served time in prison by their early 30s. The risks of incarceration are highly stratified by education. Among black men born during this period, 30% of those without college education and nearly 60% of high school dropouts went to prison by 1999. 60%. Let me read that one more time because y'all didn't hear me. Among black men born during this period, 30% of those without college education and nearly 60% of high school dropouts went to prison by 1999. So you're seeing a majority of black high school dropouts go to prison. Those are majority ADOS men. That's who you see getting locked up.
Among black men born during this period. I just want to add that context. The other thing is, we know the other thing that the Constitution says, it says that if a man is in prison, you can make him work for free. Not too long ago, we had a couple politicians say on camera that they didn't want to release men from prison because they would lose the free labor. The chain gang shit, that shit still goes on in the South. The South misses their free labor. All of these guys are not violent offenders. The amount of violent offenders in prison is small. I know because I worked in a prison. the amount of violent offenders in prison is small. You got this big prison, and the motherfuckers who are in there like serving real time is all the way in one unit. In one unit. What she's speaking to right now is democratic fuckery. Democratic. For anybody confused as to whether I'm a leftist or not, democratic fuckery. Shout out to Dard. Good to see you up in the building, bro. Appreciate the super chat, man. I like when I see familiar names, man. Shout out to Dard. Ghetto user, shout out to you too, man. So let the trolls come in and with their bullshit. Because anytime I have these political discussions, and you're speaking up for black men or black people in general, no, it's not like that. Get the fuck out of here. Nobody's stupid, man. Motherfucker ran up in the church, shot up motherfuckers, and got some food to eat. Show me a black man run up in the church, shoot up some white people. Let's see how long he lived. Let's see if he make it to prison. Let's see if he make it to the jail. A nigga ain't making it to jail if he shoot up a white church. They gave this motherfucker some what? Burger King or some food to eat. Yo, what you want to eat, man? It's just what it is. It's just what it is. Let's not make it into shit else. But this is democratic fuckery. This is why they lost. They lost y'all. This is why they lost niggas. You can't run the guy who pushed these things for president, expect niggas to fuck with you unless you know. Because we still got a good amount of black men that vote Democrat because they women make them do it. Or they so tired that, your Stacey Abrams and shit like that. Oh, they support the Democratic bullshit.
60% of the high school dropouts get locked up. That's 1999. Tell me who didn't know. They absolutely knew. They put this thing on roller skates. They threw gasoline on the fire. The novel pervasiveness of prison indicates the emergence of incarceration as a new stage in life, in the life course of young, low-skilled black men. So what they're saying to you is that this has become part of the life stage. This is one of the life stages that ADOS men go through. Now, it is expected. Low-skilled ADOS men, it is expected. And you know what they did in terms of immigration? Not only did they say, well, we're going to put you in jail, and it's expected. And if you low-skilled, 60%, if you a high school dropout, 60% of y'all going to jail. We're going to import, when you talk about immigration, we're going to import people in here are going to be competition. That's going to make your opportunity dwindle even more because you already got a record, baby. So we put you in jail, right? And then we're going to import some low-skilled workers to compete with you. So what do you think your outcomes look like?
It's not just that. The Democrats know that they're losing black men. You got to import, just like back in the days, they imported, people from Europe that weren't Anglo and called them white people so that, we could boost the white numbers here. Because at one point you had, I think at one point there was more black people here than white people. Definitely in the South. So you had to boost those numbers. Think about this, right? With all the chicken we eat every day, they got to be multiple chickens per person walking the earth, right? If the black men are your labor force, you got to have a certain number of black men per plantation. It just makes sense. So when you look at it like that way, you're gonna have more of these people. But now you got to alter the numbers because you've let them enter the democracy, right? So you got to alter the numbers. You got to get more people that look like you that share your interests and sensibilities. You're white Hispanic, right? Hey, you look at the boxes you check. Are you Caucasian Hispanic or Caucasian non-Hispanic? These are the ethnicities that white men created with their dicks. You know, black nationalists will tell you just fuck black women, but white men are fucking all these women and creating different ethnicities that cater to their sensibilities that's gonna vote the way they want them to. They ain't worried about a genetic annihilation when they fucking other people's women. They only worried about that shit when you're fucking their women. They don't want black sperm and white women. They want white sperm and everybody else shit.
I'm just asking. This is an old study, 2004, and they're talking about by 1999. This is an old study. Everybody knew. Stop telling me somebody did. They did. Well, I don't know. Could have been. No, they knew what the outcomes were, and nobody. And the thing is, nobody cared. Like nobody's heart was broken for black men. People did not give no care. I'm sure their mamas cried in the courtroom and all kind of stuff.
Cause y'all niggas slaves. You are here to serve. Your interest is not ever considered. We don't give a fuck. You vote for us. We ain't giving you shit. Conversation? What conversation? Women to tell you to vote Democrat because they're sold a dream. You know, white folks and you know, niggas tricked by white folks to tell you to vote for the right, or the motherfuckers that got an axe to grind against black women or women in general will tell you to vote for the right. What they gonna give you? It doesn't matter. Fuck that. Why are you asking for shit? Why am I asking for shit? Fuck is you talking about? That's the purpose. That's the motherfucker I'm putting in office. That's their job, is to serve my interests, my political interests, my legal interests. That's their job. That's what they're there for. How the fuck dare you ask me what do I expect by getting up out of my bed to walk to some school, stand in long ass line and walk into a booth and pull a lever towards someone's name? All of that, right? Fuck you. I'll stay home. Like, come to work. Am I getting paid Friday? No. But it's your duty to work, to come to this job for no pay. Who doing it? None of you.
But I'm talking about as a community, we did not care. This incarceration rate proves we as a country and as a community do not care about ADOS men.
Because the community is about bitches. And y'all know this. One thing she's not saying is ADOS straight black men. ADOS straight black men. Cisgendered, whatever word that's cool at the moment that y'all motherfuckers want to say. Nobody cared about this shit.
And so if you're going to talk to me about ADOS men being the white people or being the white, or why they're going to be the Trump, talk to me about why you and why we as a community never cared about them. Listen, we don't even talk about what community means. We talk about the black community. I saw a tweet the other day. A white woman said, the brick incident showed me that we don't really have a community. The brick incident showed you, and when a woman got hit in the face with the brick, and mass incarceration didn't show you that we don't have a community. You didn't show up for a whole set of men who were warehoused in cages, and you want to talk about one lady with the brick?
Well, let's first clarify that none of them people that was present for that shit got shit to do with anything that's going on politically or otherwise with the shit that's being discussed here. Because she's talking about black ADOS men, you know, and now she contexted as that, so don't make this a Marcus Keep It 100 thing, you bringing up divisions and all of this other shit. She's talking about nobody gives a fuck about black ADOS men. That's what she said. But then she talking about the brick. There were no black ADOS men there. There were no black ADOS women there. So somehow this, you know, Somali incident gets transposed onto black ADOS shit. But then, you know, when these non-ADOS motherfuckers do great things, then it's time for flag waving. And, you know, no disrespect to nobody else, but you wouldn't let us do it. So I ain't going to let you do it. When it's bad shit, it's, oh, that ain't got nothing to do with us. But then when it's great shit, yeah, we all black. No, we not going to play that game. We're not going to play that game. But yeah. She's saying some shit, bro. I don't want to keep y'all up all night. Oh damn, it's almost 3 hours, man. This is the longest stream I've done in a while. We're going to do this for a little bit more. I'm going to put the link to this video for those who haven't seen it in the description. Or better yet, I'll put it in the chat. I'll put the link to this video in the chat so y'all can watch this later. But we're going to watch a little bit more of this and then we out of here.
Now, I'm sorry if I don't believe y'all don't believe shit. Nobody with a brick. I don't want to get hit with a brick. I don't want to see nobody do it. You should not. I'm against these kinds of violent incidents. But what I am saying is that nobody's talking about what community looks like. And nobody's talking about what it means to be in community with somebody. So you wait a minute. You don't show up for all. You got all these ADOS men who got in jail for weed. All this stuff wasn't rape and just running around shooting people. That's not all. People are in jail. People got locked up for nonviolent stuff. People got locked up.
Thank you.
People were innocent and got locked up. We're seeing a lot of those exonerations now. You didn't care.
She said it. I said it a second ago. A lot of this shit ain't about no violent crime. And it shows that with the brick incident is, a woman got hit. If a nigga got hit in the head with a brick, nobody give a fuck. They probably laugh. They get shared a gazillion times and it'd be funny shit. The black community is not about black men. They don't give a fuck about black men. We know this already. You're just here to serve a purpose. The black community is women. She's not saying it in those words, I am. If the only time you care in this the community is in question is when something happens to a female, then it's about women. That means they run the shit. It belongs to them. If when shit happens to you, nobody gives a fuck, and the shit that's happening to you ain't no one incident, is some grand scale shit. Because we don't got an epidemic of bitches getting hit with bricks. Most of the shit that happens to women is motherfuckers they know or they fucking. We know this already. This is statistics. Either motherfuckers they know or they're fucking. The shit that's happening to niggas is happening on a grand scale, systemically and otherwise. But nobody gives a fuck. Let's play a little bit more before we get up out of here.
You didn't care about that, but you want somebody to shout to the rooftops about the brick incident. You want to talk about even people talk about marriage and couples getting together. Women, I can't find no man. I can tell you what cell block he's on. What it's just being in community. And I said this during
Brickademic.
Dr. Kaz, when I was a doctor at St. Stephen's, like being in community is supposed to mean something. It means we show up for each other. It doesn't mean you show up when you want this guy or this man to show up and put his body in the way,
right,
of whatever danger is coming your way, but you don't want to show up for him when society decides that he and people like him are going to be warehoused in jail. When you remember there was this, oh man, I wish I thought about it earlier. Y'all remember that New York Times article that came out and talked about there's a whole swath of ADOS men who are just missing. It's like they vanished.
I remember
and they're
it.
either dead or in jail.
I remember it.
It's like they were taken by aliens, and we're not going to show up for that. We make excuses for that. Oh, they must have done something. You know, they should have got a job, and you could work at McDonald's or whatever.
We had talk shows where women would have panels where they're like, "Oh, these niggas are either rainbow or in jail, or you know," and it wasn't like, "Oh my God, the black there's an epidemic of black men either dead or in jail, or they sexual orientation is this." It wasn't like, "Oh my God, we need to do something about this." No, it was, "This is why I'm single." This is why I can't get no good man, because all these niggas dead or in jail or they like niggas. Not, "Oh my God, this is an issue." No, this is why I'm single. Shout out to Jason Alexander. Thank you for this super chat. He said, you know, not new to the stream. Hey, I appreciate you, man. New name, man. Yeah, man. You know, I appreciate you, bro. Coming through. Hey, man. It's wild over here, bro. You will be entertained on this side of town, man. Trust me. And I say that Dr. T is very informative. Don't twist the niggas. Don't try to twist my words, niggas. New to the stream, came over for seeing Dr. T. I appreciate Dr. T, man. Dr. T be having 800 niggas in his chat. It's not a good idea to go live when he go live. But I appreciate your support, my man. But let's play a little bit more of Yvette, man, before we get out of here.
But we don't want to talk about that part. Let me just continue. Let me just continue with a little bit of this study.
Okay, this is going to sound a little nuts, but the fastest and easiest way to make
I don't need to fucking add in my shit. Let's go. Let's go. Like, Marcus, get YouTube Premium. Stop being cheap. All right, let me get this
inequalities and
back this up a little.
We don't want to talk about that part. Let me just continue. Let me just continue with a little bit of this study. Imprisonment and the life course. It becomes a part of the life. In addition to increasing race and class inequalities and incarceration, mass imprisonment may mark a basic change in the character of young adulthood among low education Black men. From the life course perspective, prison represents a significant reordering of the pathway through adulthood that can have lifelong effects. Consequently, the prison boom, like other large-scale social events, affects a historically significant transformation of the character of adult life. This is I don't even know. And I hate charts that look like this, but this is the way the chart looks. But you got to pay attention. This is white man. And this is first prison incarceration. But look, you have to look to the right because that's 0.4. You see 0.4, 0.6, 0.8. Now that's white men. Now I want to if you want to know, it says if you want to understand what it is percentage of men admitted to prison for the first time. The solid line, percentage of men admitted to prison for the first time, and incarcerated is that broken line, blacks and whites. Now you see when you look at this, when you look at these lines for white men that goes all the way from 1970 to 2000, you see that's 0.4, 0.6, 0.8. Now I want you to look at the right side of when we look at Black men. It's not point anything. It's 2. It's look how it's just it's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You see this is cataclysmic. This is cataclysmic. Percentage of non-Hispanic Black and white men born 1965 to 1969 experiencing life events and surviving to 1999. I want you to look at Black men, and I want you to look. White man is the first, and Black man is the second row. Prison incarceration. Look, 6% white men, 31.9% Black men. I want you to think about that and think about the context in which we're talking about showing up for people. The context in which we're talking about community.
So that's when some coon ass nigga would jump in and be like, that nigga's just fucking up. There's no reason for them numbers to be that way. I don't give a fuck what you say. Look, everybody got criminals, and I understand the socioeconomics and all of that shit, and the environments that we come from, and for it to be a difference, especially with in regards to violent crime and violent areas and things of that nature. But that's a big fucking difference. That's a big fucking difference. And you got to be a Black man hating motherfucker to think that that's some shit that's just about, just niggas is just on some other shit. All of this shit ain't about violent crime. Now, Chicago has a gang problem, yes. But then it's deeper than that also, because I talk to people from Chicago and you hear about guys talking about police is out there doing a lot of these shootings too. That's what the guys in Chicago is reporting back. We can't account for it because it's not documented. It's not going to be documented. Why the fuck would it be documented? Now, my man Nigel is in here. He's from the South. When I talk about in the South, when they had Katrina down there and the white men just blatantly, you know, they call these motherfuckers looters. Looters. So every nigga that you shot was a looter. But, you know, ain't no racism here. Whether you talk about your Mississippi or your Louisiana, where they just love niggas. They love niggas down there. Where they was shooting motherfuckers on sight. Yeah, shout out to the biggest talking head in the manosphere. Hey, look, whatever. Chano Perez, a shout out to you. But at any rate, man, you know, I've been posting the link to this in the chat, man. You know, we 3 hours deep, but we over halfway through this video, man. There's not much more to watch. It's not much more to watch, man. So I'm gonna let y'all check this out on your own time, man. But you know, we talked about Simpson. We talked some politics. Don't tell us that we don't talk this other shit. BGS covered this, and a few other guys covered this. Hoodservative is part of the manosphere, and his channel is heavily political. You know, I just want motherfuckers to understand, like, yo, like, she can see this. Neither side is catering to us or to our political, you know, requests. I will say that the Democrats are way more egregious in their handling of black men. There's no way you can even argue it. The left has handled black men egregiously, like totally disrespectfully. There's no reason for any black man in this country, I don't care where the fuck you from, to vote Democrat. No reason. If you decide to vote the other way, that's up to you. But there's no reason for you to vote or you know, push a Democratic ticket at all as a black person, especially as a black American person. That's my position on that. And I want to leave with that, just for the people who think that I'm some sort of liberal. I have liberal views, I have conservative views, but we talking about political parties. The political parties are Democratic and Republican. Conservative is not a party, it's a political position. It's a point of view. Nobody's completely conservative. Nobody's completely liberal. And if you are, you're two-dimensional. You're two-dimensional. Who's completely either way? Like, that's stupid. The extremists on either side. Completely liberal is a problem. Completely conservative is a problem. Both roads lead to fascism. So, no, I'm not with none of that shit. But as of today, the Democrats, whether you want to talk about the old ones or the new ones, have shown us the least love, especially as of late. You know what I'm saying? And Rob says something that I always say. He says, if you don't fully support the right wingers will call you a liberal to deflect from the intellectual ass whooping they're probably still sore from. The base of the Republican Party, especially in the South, are still butthurt they lost their slaves, and they create all types of shit to still to replace or supplement that loss. Loitering, was it vagrancy and all this other stupid shit that niggas get locked up for. So at any rate, man, here's the link. There's a link right there to this video. Finish it. Shout out to you, Rob, man. I gave you a shout out in the intro. Like your name is in the intro. Shout out to you. And we out of here, man. I appreciate everybody for showing up, man. Put the banner back up, man. This was Simp Nation. And I'll see my patrons on Saturday. If you're not a patron, consider it as the price of a super chat. It's the price of a super chat. If you super chatted me today, hey, man, join me on Patreon, man, because I get to post some shit I can't post here. Okay? I'm out of here, y'all. 100, man. Peace out. See y'all in a minute.